Okay, that was Satan. Okay, so she said Satan.
Yeah, definitely Satan, dude.
Yeah.
Come
No,
on.
I didn't say Satan. I didn't answer. I'm not going to answer
You did.
that
You definitely
question.
said Satan.
You nodded your head
I'm
to the
not
left.
going to answer that question.
You said Satan.
You said Satan.
Yeah, it's already been answered.
Casey Tron thinks Satan's cock is bigger. Let that be on the record.
I know.
On the
okay,
record.
Please stop. Please stop.
On
Stop.
the record.
Okay, that's
Stop.
how rumors.
Sorry.
Set in stone.
Okay. It's just a rumor, folks. I heard a rumor that Casey Tron thinks that Satan's cock is bigger than Jesus's. That's all I'm saying. It's a rumor. It's unsubstantiated.
I wasn't.
Don't go propagating that.
In stone. Chiseled in stone.
I didn't want to be on here to be made a clown out of or be made a mockery out of.
Oh.
Oh, really? Oh, shit. We didn't really get that memo. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay. Very funny. You know, people like you say that, you know, God isn't real. But I can tell you from experience that God is extremely real. There are actually
But how do you know?
Okay, stop laughing. Okay, this isn't
Okay. Sorry.
You're right. It's not funny. How brainwashed people are is not funny. You're right. We apologize.
You are about to experience the Drunken Peasants podcast, the greatest podcast in human history. Please recognize that this podcast is designed to be amusing and entertaining, and thus we engage in satirical comments, exaggerations, and even dirty jokes. If you are offended by such things, please go away and die. If you enjoy this podcast, we ask that you help to support its existence by contributing to our Patreon at patreon.com/DP. Contributors get regular access to monthly private shows, special commentaries, Google Hangouts with the peasants, and more. If you don't want to do that, you can also support the show by visiting audibletrial.com/Drunken Peasants to get a free audiobook and access to over 150,000 audiobook titles, including great selections on science and skepticism. And if you shop on Amazon.com, we strongly urge you to use one of the Amazon affiliate links in the description section of our videos. You can help support the show simply by using our link to buy things you were going to buy anyway. Now that we've got all that shit out of the way, sit back and enjoy the show.
Coming to you live from the frigid armpit of America, this is the Drunken Peasants Podcast with Ben and TJ, bringing you opinions of the news from an altered perspective.
Fuck it! Hey, man. You got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
What the fuck are you talking about, atheist? It's okay.
You're nothing, TJ. You're garbage.
I just want to be liked.
You're garbage.
And now, here are your hosts, Ben and TJ.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live! Fucking thing sucks!
Hello! Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast, episode 226.
Yeah.
False flaggers beware, bitches.
Yeah, man. Fucking mystery guest up in this bitch, too. Damn it, mystery guest. Adjust your fucking shit so the question mark is more on the front. You're not even talking, mystery guest. You're a piece of shit.
No.
No? Fuck you, mystery guest. You're garbage. Alright. So, yeah, earlier today, we didn't even know if there was going to be a show tonight. Because we were false DMCA'd by...
Again.
Yes, again. By a guy named Joshua... Martelli. Joshua Martelli.
Joseph Martelli.
Joseph Martelli. Why do I say
Fucking
Joshua?
idiot.
That's how unmemorable he is, though. But he's the main thing that he did was he was the guy who we played his video where he's like, put all the gays on an island and then they'll die out. and then there won't be no more gay people. And, we poked about 1 million holes in that. And then we responded to a few little back and forth with him. And then yesterday, I guess today, he just got like a wild hair up his ass. Like, you know what? I'm going to false DMCA them because one of them said they were going to choke slam me. That's what the DMCA is for, choke slam threats.
It is.
And
it is.
So he did it, and we're like, oh, fuck, that's another fucking 10, 14 days our channel's down and blah, blah, blah. And, we thought we were going to have to fucking sue this little fucking cretin's ass because, we figure, like, we can't let people think they can just do this. But thankfully, without us even having to say a word, just our fans going to him and being like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
He got scared,
so
and he pulled
thank
the
you,
DMCA.
fans, for one thing.
Yeah, thank you guys for holding this stupid fucker's feet to the fire and not letting him get away with his bullshit. We have created a legal defense fund of sorts, a Drunken Peasants false DMCA defense fund. I'll just go ahead and read the description of it for you guys because I think that pretty much explains it. I'm going to scroll on down a little further.
You want me to do the whole story?
Let's go to the whole story part, yeah. Twice now in recent months, YouTubers have filed false DMCAs of our fair use of their content. When these DMCAs happen, YouTube cripples our channel for 10 to 14 business days during their agonizingly long review process. It is impossible for us to do a live streaming show when anyone with a grievance can shut down our streaming and long upload capabilities for half a month at a time by filing erroneous legal claims that they have no actual intention of pursuing. It has become obvious to us that the only way we can defend ourselves from such attacks is to take legal action against anyone who dares to use this disgusting censorship tactic against us. Any and all money raised from this fund will be put into an account whose sole purpose is defending ourselves against false DMCA claims, as well as taking other actions to secure the sustainable future of our intellectual property. Not a dime of what you give us will be used for any other reason or purpose. And when I'm talking about things like other actions to secure, you might be wondering, what does that mean? Like getting better DDoS mitigation, and just dealing with threats to the channel as they come, because you never know what form someone's going to try to silence you.
Well, it makes sense to have that money available for unforeseen attacks too, because right now the flavor of the month seems to be the false DMCA. But who the fuck knows? I mean, we've like you said, we've also been suffering DDoS attacks. So it's a multi-pronged kind of fight for us to just be on YouTube like everybody else.
We're the most dangerous podcast on YouTube. Everyone's trying to stop us. Well, you're never going to stop us. Sorry.
No.
If you want to stop us, bring a gun to our Columbus meetup and kill us.
What the fuck?
That's the only way to do it. I'm sorry. If you really want to stop us, you're going to have to fucking
Apparently
kill us.
they did stop you. Numerous occasions.
Speaking of the Columbus meetup,
where you can stop us once and for all. We're going to have it on Cinco de Mayo. It's going to be May 5th at the 16-bit bar and arcade.
Yes.
That's in Columbus.
What time?
At 5 p.m. It's 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. All the details are listed down below. You can RSVP. Let us know if you're going to show up to the meetup.
Look, 53 people have already said that they're going for sure.
Yes.
And many of them are bringing people with them.
Just so you guys know, the place does have a limited capacity, so RSVP soon. Because at some point, we might have to just be like, no more.
And you know what? Honestly, for the people who are like 18 to 20 that can't go, if you stop by at 8 p.m. when we're leaving,
yeah, we'll be outside.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe we'll want to hang out. Maybe we'll go somewhere else.
I'm gonna definitely want to go eat some pizza.
Yeah, I mean,
at the nearby pizza place.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. There's late night slice. So I mean, we could probably hang out for almost as long as the meetup would normally take, maybe like an hour or two. The meetup is only like 3 hours.
And the venue, too, is really fucking cool. Like, I got to go to 16-bit with the guys while I was down in Ohio the first time. And it's just like the whole place is lined with old arcade machines, 2-player games. There's Street Fighter. Like, any cool, like, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s multiplayer game, they pretty much have it.
The featured drink. The featured drink will be the Dino.
Yep, they're gonna make a special cocktail for us.
Yes, a signature cocktail.
A signature cocktail of the Drunken Peasants.
Dino.
The Dino for your drinking pleasure.
So go to the link in the description and RSVP. I mean, this is our first time actually mentioning it on the show, and we already have 53 that signed up beforehand.
Yeah, and I think we even have some pictures of this thing here. Like, yeah, you can see there all the fucking arcade games and shit.
And that's just one side of the bar. The bar's like a big horseshoe, so it goes up and
that doesn't even
around the
doesn't even really do it justice there.
They also have N64 and other older consoles to play.
Yeah, true, they do.
So we're gonna go there. It's 21 plus. There's no cover or anything. Just come hang out with us, have some drinks, and then around 8 p.m. we're gonna leave. Probably go get some food. If you happen to be
like standing outside.
Yeah. I mean, we'll hang out.
Willing to suck TJ and Ben's dick simultaneously.
Basically, our only thing is like no like high schoolers or anything like that. Just like, you know.
Oh, sure, Ben. Sure.
Yeah, no high schoolers.
You're gonna have to have ID at the door, so.
Well, I mean, we're talking about the people who are just going to be like, because they can't, they're under 21 that are just going to be like waiting outside. But no under 18s though.
Right.
If we suspect it, we'll just kick you in the nuts.
That would be assault on a minor.
Yeah. They need a little assault now and then, you know. Gotta set them straight.
Slap children.
Slap them. Slap the fuck out of them. Slap the fuck out of those children.
Just like Scotty. What was that one episode? The little kid was like,
if that was my kid, I'd beat the shit out of him.
Scotty was right.
And then in future episodes, you're like, you know, I'm not saying you like beat the shit out of him. I'm just saying, like, you know, you're a bad person, Scotty.
Also,
not Scotty.
I don't know why you're talking to Scotty.
Oh,
I don't
sorry.
see Scotty.
Mystery guest. I'm just so used to Scotty sitting where the mystery guest is sitting that, you know.
There's only a few days left on some of the awesome new shirts. 2 days left on Coolsville, Gymnastic Park, actually the other Coolsville also.
Yep.
And those are our top 3 selling shirts. Get them soon.
And the band TJ, 5 days remaining. A lot of these shirts, not much time left. I mean, some of them will definitely be introduced again, but...
Yeah, but if you want yours almost immediately...
Yeah, if you want yours soon... Like, you got 2 days. Like, if you order it now, it's pretty much going to be sent in 2 days, so...
And TJ,
I would definitely get on that,
TJ,
man.
I hear tell of a shirt that involves an individual situation.
Whoa.
We're gonna monetize the manatee.
Manatize the manatee, dude.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you can't smoke with that mask on. Slap fight. Bitch boy. Bitch boy.
Wow.
Still no word from the unfunny comedian on Bitch Boy Slap Fight, fellas?
Nope.
He's too much of a bitch boy to even be in Bitch Boy Slap Fight.
Come on,
Let alone
unfunny.
the champion of the world.
Come on,
know,
unfunny.
seriously.
Like, what better concept are you ever gonna find, bro?
Just look at your fucking self in the mirror. Come on, do it.
This is your chance.
This is your one chance to matter.
It is.
Yeah, dude. That impotent rage and the limp-wristed slap you took at your friend for knocking the webcam down accidentally, dude. That's the stuff of champions. Like, you gotta grab the brass ring, baby. Like, that's your wahoo moment. That's the spark. It doesn't get any better.
Scotty, since you weren't here when it happened...
Who's Scotty? What's Scotty?
Whoa.
Mystery guest.
Oh, okay.
On behalf of Scotty.
Thank you, yes.
You know, I just want to give you the opportunity, maybe a few minutes, to berate TJ for losing the diet contest. And also, we did want to point out that the #1 choice on Twitter was that neither person would lose 30 pounds, and that's exactly what happened. Just want to point that out.
Oh. It's true.
So
hey, guess what, TJ?
I was just as shocked
What,
as
Scotty?
everybody else. Uh-oh.
Oh my God! I can't believe it's Scotty. Even though I just called him Scotty a moment ago.
Yes, I know.
Shocking revelation.
Okay,
I
so
can't believe it.
So I got back from Louisiana. And the first thing I do is I look at TJ's fucking face and I just burst into a fucking hysterical laughter. I literally could not contain the laughter when I saw it. I'm like, TJ, so you lost, right? And he's like, no, it's not. I'm not paying you. First time, I'm not paying you. I'm like, you said it on the show. I'm not paying nothing. Then I was like, you know what? I have to apologize to all the fucking people that voted and said neither of them are going to fucking do it. They were right. I fucking have to admit on this show I was fucking wrong, TJ. That's how you and Paul. You also, TJ said you also are done losing weight. You've already given up.
No, I haven't given up.
You haven't. Okay,
no.
so that's not true.
I think TJ's trying to sweeten his position a little bit. Now, I haven't eaten just chicken breast and lettuce the last few days, and I've probably put a little weight back on. But I'm not done losing weight. Like, I have a plan going forward. I want to continue losing weight at a healthy rate.
So you lied, TJ. You said, "Oh, Paul's done."
I never said that.
Yeah, you did. I asked you. I said,
I never said that.
Yes, you did.
I was there.
Yes, you did, TJ.
Ben
yes, you did,
Ben
TJ.
was the
yes,
one that
you
gave
did.
that indication, man.
No, that
Ben was saying that Paul was going off to eat at some greasy spoon or something.
No,
well, he already beat you. You fucking shaved your fucking beard. You fucking goddamn toddler. You have this little fucking. It's weird. Now I can see all the fat rolls in TJ's face too. It's like. He has a serious double chin going on. I was like, man, TJ, no wonder you had a fucking beard.
People were saying he looks like a big fat lesbian.
He does.
Any pejorative is good as a big fat.
Any negative thing, it's all true. It's all true. Man, you look at Paul. He can stroke his beard.
Yeah,
I know, man. It feels good too.
Well, I could feel my stubble.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I was just as shocked as everybody else. Like, I thought TJ was going to try some shenanigans, but I did not expect a week 2 tap out. Like, I did not.
I'm not
see that
shocked.
coming.
I'm not shocked at all because he was like trying to justify quitting, like not even like one whole week into it. He's like, oh no, I think I'm done. I just tell Paul I give up.
Well, I knew he was waving the white flag when I saw like a wings order for like 40 wings or something. And I was like, oh yeah, TJ's done.
Man, them wings, man.
Can I have your wings are good, man?
You know them wings are.
Okay, but you were in a competition.
Yeah, I'm not that competitive.
Obviously not.
I just want my wings, man.
I'm the one that lost this, though. To be honest with you, like TJ.
Why?
Basically just sat and ate chicken wings and pizza for a couple of weeks, and I ate like fucking nothing but lettuce. You know what I mean? And all he lost was something that's just gonna grow right back. You know what I mean? It's not like he lost anything tangible.
No. You're looking at it totally backwards.
Right, correct. That's the best way to look at it.
No.
Oh, of course, advantage TJ.
I love that fucking video on Facebook where TJ's like, you can see, look at his face. He's so sure he's going to win. He's like, I'm ordering my friend Paul a pizza. Ha ha ha. Because he's so fat, he'll eat it all. Ha. And I'm going to win. It's like,
well,
one week later, TJ's ordering pizza for himself.
You know what happened, though?
Instead.
You know what happened? It's because I just know if I was on this diet shit and someone sent me a pizza, I'd be like, fuck this. I give up pizza time. So I just figured he would be as weak-willed as me, but actually he has more resolve.
Yeah, I did that to troll you. I ordered a pizza, and I'm like, you want one, TJ? And you're like, yeah, I do. I'm like, I'm getting a brownie, too. And you're like, oh, that's good. And it's like, what?
Wow.
TJ, you have no discipline at all. You have no fucking discipline.
I do.
No, you don't.
It's just that my gluttonous part is the part that's disciplined,
No, TJ, it's not.
He wants to eat.
You just give in to temptation like immediately.
You don't understand how strong the temptation is. No man could resist it.
No, that's not true. Plenty of people do.
I started at 300.
You just don't love food
pounds,
like I do, man.
He's so full of shit.
What? Yes, I do. I love food.
Nah, you don't love shit. You're garbage.
How do you know?
Because you're not fat like him, so you can't truly love food.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever.
I knew where he was going with this. It's ridiculous.
Only a fat person will understand. And Paul obviously, he had some kind of wild hair up his ass to win.
So it's like we have thin privilege, so we can never fully understand what it's like to be a fat ass.
That's true.
What if you used to be fat and then you became thin?
Doesn't matter.
What?
Doesn't matter. You've lost. You betrayed the fat people.
Ben, you know it's TJ. He's gonna move the goalpost, so it's impossible.
Yeah. There's no. Yeah, you're not getting the field goal. It's
you
not gonna
lost.
happen.
You lost, TJ.
Oh, he lost.
You look like a fat lesbian. All right, let's go.
I don't mind being a fat lesbian.
Sure you don't, Mr. Responsibility.
Whatever, Mr. Responsibility. Fuck you. If any of y'all lesbians out there want your pussies ate, I'll do it. Apparently, I look just like one of you.
I mean, that was like the main comment about your face, like the change in your face that everyone said.
I'm a lesbian.
Not that you are, just that you look like one.
Next time, I need to bring my slam poetry next time.
Go ahead.
Read my own feminist slam poem.
All right, troll or not a troll?
Troll.
Hello, everyone. My Cloppers, the oppressed minority video, is blowing up and getting tons of unneeded hate. So I'm here to explain what a clopsexual exactly is and how they are different from people with nothing but an MLP fetish. Point number 1. Clopsexuals are not attracted to real horses or animals in real life. We are not.
Which is more normal, being attracted to real horses or being attracted to cartoon horses?
I don't know, dude. I'm a little fucking jaded about this, but I think I'd rather be an actual horse fucker than somebody that wants to fuck a My Little Pony.
Yeah.
I think that's where I stand.
Oh, okay. So you love horsecock. I understand.
At least it's like, an actual thing that exists.
Not into bestiality whatsoever.
Okay.
Clopsexuals are into humanized cartoon characters. Some may not be human, but since this is all based off of fantasy, it can hardly be labeled as bestiality.
Okay.
Point number 2.
Fair enough.
Clopsexuality is not considered a fetish because true clopsexuals are not typically attracted to people in real life.
Wait a minute. What? So wait, you're saying that if you're clopsexual, you're exclusively attracted to anthropomorphized ponies.
I would say that's a fetish.
What did you do before that? I mean,
I don't think there's any such thing as a clopsexual, and let me tell you why. Anybody claiming to be a clopsexual, right? They're sitting in their room, they're firing up, season 5, episode 2, the happy dance or whatever the fuck, so they can stroke one out. And then all of a sudden, Mercedes Carrera busts in, and she's like, "Oh, fuck my fucking pussy! Oh, fuck!" Like they're gonna go fuck Mercedes Carrera. There's no way that they're gonna be like, "I'm sorry, but you don't look enough like a pony for me to fuck your little pussy." You know what I mean? It's not gonna happen.
Well, look, even in his explanation, he said humanized. So obviously that they want something that's humanized.
Human eyes, Scotty, but not humans, not real people. That's gross. The only thing...
Well, but that's still the basis
I am
for their
clopsexual, Scotty. The only thing I want to fuck is cartoon ponies.
Well, I feel really bad for you then, because they don't exist.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter to me, because that's my sexuality, Scotty.
Well, you can waste your time with whatever you like.
And one day there's going to be virtual reality machines that enable me to fuck
hey, you know what? Maybe
ponies,
there probably will be. There probably
and I'll
will
be fine then, and you'll be the one laughing.
Yeah, I will be laughing.
I don't know.
Yeah, what?
I'll be laughing at how pathetic you are.
I meant to say I'll be the one laughing.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
But it
fell apart.
It all fell apart.
You're garbage, TJ.
Sexuals fulfill their desires and find true love through roleplay, imagination, and fantasy. This, of course, is what makes clopsexuality dramatically different from all other sexualities in existence. But as you can see by the 2 definitions...
Okay. So troll or not a troll?
I don't know. But I do know this. I am glad that these people out there that are making up all these different sexualities, like I'm an apiposexual. That means I'm only attracted to women on Tuesday. Like they put them in an awkward position because now they have to accept these fucking people. They have to be like, yeah, come on over here, clopsexuals, and join our movement. You know what I mean? They can't exclude a clopsexual if they're gonna claim they're attracted to a fucking tree stump and shit. But I'm gonna go with fuck.
You gotta choose.
Yeah, let's say not a troll.
Not a troll. Not a troll.
All right.
Not a fucking troll.
So, as some of you remember, we played a video about a month ago where some guy was saying, we suck compared to Tommy Sodomizer because Tommy at least gives information.
Yeah.
And we always thought what we did was information, but we decided, we need to dedicate a special segment just to information. So here you have it, the information segment.
Yeah. Time to learn something. Fucking A.
Yep. So here's a little tidbit of information for all of you out there.
Oh, we're gonna get it.
This is
All
like
right.
a public service.
All right, random on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Let's see what we're gonna learn about. Bizarre album released 2014 by Whampire.
Cool.
All right. Bizarre is an album by Whampire. Bizarre 2014. The track listing is The Amazing Heart Attack, Bad Attitude, Fly on the Wall, Wizard Staff, Too Stoned, Millennials, Sticking Out, Life of Luxury, People of Earth.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the entire article.
Awesome. There you have
We
it.
can do another one. Hold on. It was pretty...
More information? Okay.
Yeah. Never
You're
mind.
getting a double dose of information.
This is too hard.
It's too hard.
Thermochoria equivocata. I don't know.
What?
Thermochoria equivocata is a species of dragonfly in the family Libulidae.
Yeah.
It is found in Benin, Cameroon, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Ivory Coast, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, Ghana, Guinea,
So
Liberia, Malawi,
it's a
other
mosquito
places.
from Africa.
It's a dragonfly.
Or a dragonfly, rather. Sorry.
It's a dragonfly.
Sorry,
of the
sorry.
family Libulidae. Yeah. And they live in tropical and subtropical rainforests. And they are not an endangered species.
Cool.
There you have it.
Knowledge! Time to learn something. Fucking A.
Learn something.
You just learned something.
Oh my God. So much information, so much knowledge.
Yep.
Now go conquer the world.
All right, next one. Or actually, next segment.
Yeah. News. We're gonna look news.
Political shit.
Shit.
And that's implying that we, in fact, are shit.
Yeah.
Here's what was his name again? James
Jim Baker?
Jim Baker.
Yeah, Jim Baker.
Jim Baker suggests that not only can you eat the food in your bonus buckets, but you could decorate your living room with them. They could be used as tables and shit.
Yeah.
So here's that selling point from Jim Baker.
You're taking care of your family. You can stack them in your garage. You can put them in
Wow.
the basement.
These 5-gallon buckets.
Under your bed.
Yeah,
I mean,
in your
under your
closet,
bed.
anywhere that you have
Figure
space
out.
for it. Get creative and start stacking these in your home, keeping this food in your home accessible to you and your family.
One of the things we've done around here,
Order more now.
we stick them under coffee tables and end tables. You just stack them up
No, you don't.
and then put a cloth over them.
Yeah.
Or get a piece of cardboard or a piece of plywood, and you make a top.
It's so ghetto.
He's selling.
Okay, do you think this rich motherfucker is sitting in his house and he doesn't have a real table? He has his bonus bucket meals. That's his fucking table.
His fucking mattress is on a bunch of those.
Yeah, bullshit.
Oh yeah,
He uses it as a box
Those
spring.
are his box springs, man. Those
I'll tell you
fucking
what, man.
bonus buckets.
I wasn't sold on this whole bonus bucket idea until I saw that you could just throw a piece of plywood on top, throw a cloth over it. You got yourself a table. That's a deal. That's a deal.
Also, like if you're one of these people who believes like, man, the apocalypse done coming and we better have food stores and shit. Why would you want to display them in your fucking living room where all your crazy fucking friends who probably believe the same shit can see them and be like, man, if apocalypse do come, I gotta come over to Jeb's house, kill him, and take all his fucking bonus bucket.
He got 90 days free.
This is where all the food is over here.
Someday bonus buckets will be worth more than bitcoins.
Oh, yeah. We'll be like driving around in trucks full of bonus buckets with like, two fucking Mexicans sitting on top of them with AK-47s just looking around, you know?
You just stack this food. You could have your whole living room with end tables and coffee tables made out of food buckets.
Wow.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Just
order now.
Sell your fucking real furniture and make room for more bonus buckets.
And also by buying this, they can't see it because we're over it. You can stop the Christian genocide.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a phone number to donate money to stop Christian genocide.
Yes, finally someone's taking a stand.
You know, if there was a Christian genocide going on, I don't think Christians would be allowed on TV selling, you know, prep shit for the apocalypse.
It's probably like in Tunisia or some shit.
As well, to the Middle East,
A
you'll
few
be
Christians have
sending
been killed. It's genocide.
Yeah.
600 days of food. So that's 3 years of food for you and 600 days to the Middle East.
Now, if
So
you
if they're being
can't,
genocided, what good is food going to do them? Like, if they're being killed by force, them having food is going to be irrelevant.
Yeah, we're all being killed and buried in mass graves, but at least I didn't do it on an empty stomach.
At least they got the bonus bucket.
Listen, Jews. All of you will line up. You will take your bonus bucket, and then you will go promptly into the showers, where you will be exterminated with your bucket.
You may eat whatever you want out of the bucket before we drop in the Zyklon B.
Yes. While you are waiting in line for your turn to be killed, you may feel free to open your bonus bucket and eat the mac and cheese or mashed potatoes and gravy that you will find within.
do this
What
whole
the fuck
year.
is this, dude?
Hitler
Over
was
here,
right,
we have
dude.
a half a year.
Hitler was right. He gave them bonus buckets. Jews have no room to complain.
The dark truth about the Holocaust. The Jews were getting bonus buckets, so it's all good.
All right, here's the next one. Wayne Allen Root says liberals on welfare are reporting or are responsible for violence at Trump rallies.
Yeah.
It's not the Trump people that are vicious. We're only trying to defend ourselves. It is the Sanders and the liberal crowd that's vicious, and I'll tell you why. Because you show me a conservative, I'll show you someone like me who owns businesses, owns a home, has a wife, has a family, I have 4 kids, lots of things to protect. I would never purposely
there's
hurt
video
anyone
evidence
because
to
I
the
couldn't afford
contrary.
You know, me and TJ were watching this clip earlier, and TJ commented that the female news anchor here looks a lot like she should be working at a strip club or something.
Well, TJ is a sexist, so
Her name is Candy.
Candy.
On the weekends, you know.
your misogyny is just disheartening, TJ.
She gave me a lap dance once. I know this chick.
a lawsuit or go to prison. But the liberal crowd, they're all on welfare. They don't own a home. They rent. They don't own a business. They have nothing to protect. They get arrested. They're out tomorrow. They don't care. It's not the right that's ever violent. That's an absolutely
Snowball did it.
ludicrous storyline.
You know, give me a fucking break.
Wow.
You know, it's all the liberals. It's all the conservatives. It's a bullshit false dichotomy. Both sides are capable of doing whatever.
There's plenty of affluent liberals, too. Doesn't really make sense. This idea like, oh, the liberals, they're all on welfare smoking crack in their crack dens. And they come to our rallies and start shit with
Has this guy ever heard of San Francisco? I mean, give me a fucking break.
Well, that's the funny thing about the conservative rhetoric when it comes to liberals is like they're simultaneously all like uneducated thugs and like or real rich like businessmen from Hollywood. All of Hollywood, you know, like
they're also the the radical college professors. You know, the elitist college professors, too.
Anybody they don't like, liberal.
Just a liberal.
We didn't seen that fucking one guy. Like, we remember that one fuck that was offering money to prove Sandy Hook was real and shit.
Yeah, he would do that shit, too.
Yeah, there was some shit like people would cut him off in traffic. He'd be like, some fucking liberals cut me off in traffic today.
Yeah, conservative wouldn't drive that way.
I know it was a liberal because conservatives drive with more common goddamn sense, you know? And it's like, oh my God. Wow.
Well, we watched one of Kinky Joe's videos where he was bitching about like someone who's rude to him in a Walmart and he was sure it was a liberal. Like that was what the whole video was about, was how like this person that was shitty to him in the Walmart was definitely a liberal.
Fucking liberal. Because after we yelled at each other, I caught a glimpse of an Obama keychain fall out of his pocket for a half second.
Next video here, TJ and I were laughing at the title of this one. It's Glenn Beck does not appreciate being mocked for warning about Baal worship. I guess one of his weird theories was that we were all actually worshiping Baal unintentionally. And then, you know, like the
accidentally worship Baal again.
The liberals secretly want us all to worship Baal.
It's like, I worship Baal intentionally.
It's one of the oldest gags in the book. It's like the banana gag, and then the fucking oops, you just worship Baal.
I was carrying a baby in my arms when I came home earlier today, and I tripped, and in midair, I was like grasping for anything, and I ended up with a lighter and a black candle. So I lit that in midair, and I slammed the baby and the black candle down on an altar and crushed it, and was like, Baal! You know, like I meant Baal, like get away, like get away from the baby, like jump away. But I accidentally sacrificed a child to Baal today. So
I mean, that happens all the time, man.
All right, here's Glenn Beck.
He's gonna tell us what's what.
The World Heritage Foundation, they took the two arches from the Temple of Baal, got them out.
Painted
we
them
were about
yellow,
to put
and now they're the
one
McDonald's
in Trafalgar
arches.
Square in London,
Cool.
and the other in Times Square.
That's it, though.
We are taking the entrance of the Temple of Baal and putting one in Times Square and one in Trafalgar Square.
Is it gonna be like a portal?
Why would we do that?
Oh,
We're
shit.
doing that to promote World Heritage Week. And so,
Jeez. How nefarious.
I love that. Jeez. Like, to him, it's like, oh my God. Why?
Dude, it's like a bunch of fucking paranoid, delusional one-uppers. Oh,
What
so
happens?
bad.
What happened? Like, you're a fucking Christian. You're a Mormon. You don't believe in fucking Baal. So, what's he gonna do? Like, there's some ancient biblical prophecy, like, if thou puttest the entrance of the Temple of Baal in Times Square, Baal will rise from the deep and consume us all in flame. I mean, what? I don't get
I
it.
just, on a whim, did a quick Google search and found a Snopes article about this.
So not even true, I'm assuming.
Not even true. Replicas of the arch from Syria's Temple of Baal will be erected in London and New York City for World Heritage Week. Replicas. So you don't even need the actual evil Temple of Baal. You just need like some styrofoam painted up to look like it. Yeah.
And Baal is like, this meets the criteria
This
of the prophecy.
Baal.
Baal shall rise. Like, what is
that would be pretty sweet if it happened, though.
ways, it's a neat thing that you can see this old ancient thing, but it was the Temple of Baal.
Baal.
I don't think we
He was
need
terrible
to do, I
as
don't think
Batman.
we should be promoting. No, that's not a good idea.
Putting it up.
I'm
exactly
incredulous.
13
This shouldn't
days
happen.
before Baal's biggest day of the year, May 1st.
Wait, so like, what's gonna happen? Like,
nothing.
Some teenagers are gonna see the entrance to the Temple of Baal and be like, you know what? Fuck Christianity. I'm a Baal worshiper now. I mean, it's gonna be a bad influence on people.
These fucking liars know nothing's gonna happen. They probably already know it's fucking bullshit. They know it's not. If they knew anything about the story, then they would know it's a replica.
Who's even gonna see this and associate it immediately with like, oh, Baal?
One of the other Google hits that I got was a headline from InfoWars, which is Alex Jones's website. And this is the headline. I'm just going to read it verbatim. I think it speaks for itself. Will a gateway be opened when the arch from the Temple of Baal is reconstructed in Times Square? This has all the trappings of a really well-researched news story.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, we just put the plot from Stargate.
Isn't it weird? Doesn't Alex Jones and Glenn Beck, don't they hate each other at this point?
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is weird because they're both spewing the same bullshit. You know, we went to Trafalgar Square last year.
Yeah.
When we were in London, and Baal didn't come to mind.
You sure?
Was the temple there when we were there?
I think I felt a dark presence when I was there.
Okay, like, these structures still exist. Like, Baal isn't coming out of the real ones at the fucking temple, so why would he come out of some replica in New York City?
Because they're moving it to a large population area, TJ. They're going to have large human sacrifices. It's going to open a portal, and Baal is going to come back.
When this shit fucking gets open, we're going to go to New York, and we're just going to go worship fucking Baal and in front of this fucking altar to confirm Glenn Beck's and Alex Jones's worst fears.
Yeah, maybe we can just have a whole episode and dedicate it to, like, welcoming Baal on the day that this thing goes up.
It's the big day, and it's going
May 1st.
Look at Glenn's little,
and it's going.
Look at Glenn's little shirted bitch boy sitting at the spooky desk, dude. Like, what the fuck is going on? The spooky desk.
Going up April 19th.
I was wondering if the big day was May 1st.
Think of
May
that.
1st.
April 19th
It's
is a
also-
satanic holy day, and that's what it's going up.
Wow, jeez.
Oh, no.
That's something.
What's Satanic Holy Day?
April 19th. So then it's
Why would we do that?
Let's take a look at this.
I'm not understanding. It's going up on April 19th. April 19th is a satanic holiday, and this thing's going up on May 1st. Coincidence?
Yeah, what?
I don't get it. What? How did we? Huh? I'm lost. Like, what do you mean? It's going up May 1st. Ooh, April 19th is a satanic holiday.
Okay, the people that seriously watch this are just such unintelligent, unquestioning, unfathomably stupid people that this all makes sense. Like, oh yeah, satanic holiday. Like, which satanic holiday is it?
We found an orange at the crime scene, leading us to believe the killer works at an apple orchard. What? This is fucking horrible.
I mean, okay, you're going to put it up.
Okay.
Why would you put it up on the high holy day of Satan?
Yeah.
Good.
Golly.
Golly. I mean
guys.
this sincerely. Good God Almighty, what are we doing?
Why would you put
It's
up
really
styrofoam
creepy.
replicas of an
And that's what
ancient
Drudge is
temple
making.
to a god that you don't believe exists because, of course, Yahweh is the only god? What the fuck is what's the problem here? Do they bitch when, like, they bring King Tut's mask back because he believed in Amun-Ra, the sun god, and they're afraid he's gonna come rampage through Times Square? Like, what the fuck? Like, what is this?
It's like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man or something.
Yeah. Choose.
Fun of me on.
Right.
I mean, if you want to pay attention at all, what are you doing? I mean, we are slapping.
Oh my God! What are these people like? Are their jobs to just like whisper little indignations behind him as he talks? Like, what are we doing? I don't know.
Jeez. Oh, jeez, Glenn.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know.
Shocking.
Wow.
Wow. Dark.
What are we doing?
In the face over and over and over again. And our press is making fun of this country was established through the might and the power of the Almighty God. And I'm sorry if that's politically incorrect.
We were founded as a
read
Christian
our own
nation.
documents.
It's not even politically incorrect so much as it's just incorrect.
Yeah, historically incorrect. Like, if you read the writings of many, like a preponderance of the founding fathers were not the kind of Christian that you are. They certainly weren't fucking Mormons. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Crazy fucking piece of.
Pretty sure Mormonism didn't exist.
Well, none of them want to believe in,
Do you notice
in
this
separation of church and
This is a
state.
pretty conservative manner of dress for Glenn Beck. I mean, usually he's a little more flamboyant.
I don't know.
Read the word.
I bet if the camera pulled back, he's wearing like surf shorts or some shit, like just some, or like a pair of cargo shorts with like those Roman sandals that you lace all the way up your calf, like something like that. Like he's wearing something like that. Guaranteed.
Words of our founders. They were led here by God. They established this country by God. Our founding documents are all about God.
No, they're not.
What?
Really?
They're clearly
That's
not.
factually incorrect.
Just go read them, you blurry fuck.
Is this blurry
the camera,
thing?
Yeah, the fucking lamp next to him is more interesting.
The camera's like, fuck this. I'm gonna focus in on the fucking
or wherever the
Constitution by the eagle and whatever shit, and just let Glenn go blurry a minute. Was that an artistic choice?
Hey, you know, at least it's a work of art. I mean, so we'll give it that much.
Our rights do not belong to us. We borrow them. He gives them to us to protect. And what are we doing in our darkest hour? We are erecting in Times Square, America's crossroads.
Minutes to midnight.
We are erecting the temple of Baal on Satan's high holy day.
No, now it's the temple. Now it's the entire fucking temple. It's not a pillar anymore. It's the temple.
It's not even a pillar. It's not. It's a fucking hunk of styrofoam painted to look like the real thing. This is like getting pissed off because like little devil Smoky Sausages wants to have a little baby devil blimp at the next Macy's parade.
Little devil Smoky Sausages.
You're gonna let Satan float in blimp form through the crossroads of America. Like what?
You know what's funny? It's like it reminds me of like the SJWs when they find like just some like, oh, there's a picture in some advertising that we don't like because it doesn't display kids properly, or it shows boys being stronger than girls or something. It's like every group now has to find some stupid, ridiculous shit to be outraged by.
Dude, I saw one the other day where they were mad because these kids like did a pose where the fucking white girl was kind of resting her arm on the fucking black girl's head.
Oh, I saw that. You know what was funny? It was that they're actually sisters.
Wow.
And the mom had said that, but the people were like, no, the ad was still offensive.
This just says that black people are just nothing more than furniture for white people. We know what you're doing. We see the truth. They're building a monument to Baal in Times Square on Satan's birthday, God damn it!
No, fuck that, a temple to Baal!
And they're building
and nobody seems to care, and the press is silent, and that's something that conservative organizations care to mock me about.
Yeah.
We are.
Can you believe it?
Crazy.
Can you believe they're mocked for thinking that a styrofoam entrance to a temple of fucking Baal is gonna somehow bring about Baal? Can you believe that anyone finds that ridiculous in the least? Hey, Glenn Beck, if you look in a mirror and say Candyman 3 times, he will appear behind you. It's true. Saw it in a movie.
All right. Next one, Pat Robertson.
Bail.
Fight Muslim invasion like the body fights disease.
Bail.
Bodies are amazingly resilient, and they can throw off a small infection. Something comes up and the body has mechanisms to deal with it, and
it just deposits all the excess disease directly into the jowl area. Yeah. That's why they become kind of, sunken and deflated later in life.
Body closes in on the invader and kills it. And the body stays strong.
Yeah, you know what's funny? We know that because of science, which you're pretty much against if it doesn't fit your narrative. But okay, yeah, continue.
It's like, yeah, I'm going to explain science. You know that thing I deny constantly? Science? Let me explain science to you in the simplest kindergarten terms you can understand.
If the infection
if Pat Robertson wanted to do the Lord's work, I'll tell him how to do it. If you, at some point during the 700 Club broadcast, were to raise your arms up like this and go, I would die. I would literally, and I'm an atheist and a liberal. I would literally die if he did that right now because I so associate him with a chimp now.
How could you not look at him? He looks like a perplexed grandfatherly chimp.
Yes.
Doesn't understand what these young chimps are up to these days.
The wise chimp patriarch that's like, I saw some of them youngsters getting blades of grass and poking it in the holes.
I'm just imagining like
out, man. Back in my day, we used to just club each other.
Let's imagine like Planet of the Apes now, just fucking Pat Robertson just sitting there as a fucking ape, just doing the same bullshit.
I could.
is allowed to spread, and it will spread rapidly when the invader overtakes the healthy body, at which point there is sickness and then ultimately death. Now, no society should allow some alien body to come to its
Alien
midst
body,
that preaches
man.
terror,
Body
preaches
snatchers.
overthrow, preaches violence, and preaches another form of government. We shouldn't have that. Now, that's what is being allowed in Belgium and France and other parts of Europe in the name of political correctness.
My imaginary
And the
beliefs are
so-called-
fine. Yours are bullshit.
So, like, if we're supposed to treat Islam like the body treats a virus, and the body fucking seizes a virus and kills it. So, like, basically, anytime I see a Muslim, it's like my Christian duty to, like, take an axe to him or something. Like, I was driving down the street the other day through, like, you know, my neighborhood and shit, and I saw that one of my neighbors was Muslim. She was, like, going out to check the mail, and she had the whole, like, veil shit going on. And I could have easily swerved my car into her and just, you know? But I didn't know it was my holy duty to do so.
TJ, look, Islam is violent, but if they come here, you have to kill them.
Yeah. Look, they're violent. That's why we gotta kill them all. Okay.
Like, well, Pat Robertson makes an interesting point here, though, because he's kicked the door wide open to calling religion a virus. So now the question I have back at him is, okay, if Islam is a virus, how do we know Christianity isn't a virus too?
It's about
For a guy
love,
like me
Paul.
that's undecided. You know, like, how do I know that you're just not like a more clever virus trying to get me to wipe out the antibodies?
What if atheism's a virus, huh? We just gotta kill everybody.
Yeah.
Maintain ideological purity at all costs.
Socialist liberals think, well, I want to be, open, and I want to be welcoming to these people who come in. Okay, a few of them, fine. It's assimilate into the society, learn the language,
Yeah, a
learn
few
the
Syrian
customs,
Christians
and
can
be
come.
Belgians. But these people are not. They're
All right,
keeping on
look,
with.
we will take in 10 refugees. They all gotta be old women, though. Like, you know, no more than 10 years left on their lives, and then we'll pat ourselves in the back and be like, we helped the refugees. I think the most anyone's even talked about letting into America is like 10,000. You know, countries like Sweden that really did just like swing their doors open and say, sure, we'll take as many as you can fucking bring. They definitely suffered some negative repercussions.
Sure.
But letting in 10,000, I don't see it as a
In
big
a country
deal.
of 330 million people.
Especially with the giant fucking process they already have to
It's a
go
drop
through to
in the
even
ocean.
get cleared. I don't give a shit. There's so many bigger issues. I don't think any of these people are gonna be terrorists. You know, I don't give a fuck.
You say that till they kill somebody, TJ.
Well, if they do, they do. But you make that assumption.
You
make
say
assumption
that
on any
till they
goddamn
kill
person.
innocent, good Americans.
For all I know,
TJ.
Paul could fucking walk into Walmart tomorrow and be like, I'm tired of this bullshit. Bam, 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 bam. Just kill a bunch of people at Walmart, you know? Because he's fucking whatever. He could be crazy. He could snap.
No, he would do that like a Krispy Kreme.
No, because then
you be responsible for my fatness.
I think he'd just get distracted by the donuts when he went in. Like, I'm gonna kill these. Oh, they got bear claws.
I'm gonna kill a dozen glazed donuts in the parking lot.
That's a good thing then.
Yeah.
Better than killing a bunch of people.
With their Islamic customs, their Islamic dress, they're speaking Arabic, and they're in the middle of Belgium, and they're growing and metastasizing, and it won't be long before they overwhelm the healthy body. And that's what the host, the guest on that program was showing. I appreciate Chris. But, you know, it's true, though. We here in America and other places, we can only stand so much in...
Tell you what, Pat.
Where the fuck is his neck?
I don't know. It's long
It's
gone.
It's gone. What are you talking about? It's gone.
But the thing is, like, Pat Robertson, like, you really don't have to worry about Muslim extremists. Like, the biggest threat to people like you at this point is just, like, reasonable people who no longer believe in this fairy tale bullshit anymore. Like, that's the bigger threat to you and your fucking ilk right now than fucking Islam.
Oh no, but look, think about the audience. These are people that all are really afraid of Islam, and he has to tie it. Oh, look what's happening in Europe. You can see it right there. Belgium, Paris, all these places. This bad shit's happening. What's the common denominator? A lot of Muslims. Who's doing it? Muslims. Do you want that to happen here?
Hell no.
Before it overwhelms us.
But once you've allowed that to occur and roots have gone down into a city or a region, Is it too late to change that? What do you do?
Not really, but it's going to take violence to. They've got to move in with the police drag nets, and
You
they've
think
got
they
to.
have a stomach for that?
Well, no, that's the problem. You don't want to,
So the problem with Muslims is they're too violent, and the problem with us is that we're just too damn peaceful.
I don't think anyone's saying about Belgium or France like, oh, there's no problem here. It's just there was a few of these bad apples, and that's it. No one's saying that. But at the same time,
There are people saying that.
Well, okay.
Like the truly regressive leftist motherfuckers.
I mean, if they believe that everyone, that's just fallacious and ridiculous. Oh, you derailed,
it
man.
seems
Keep
like
going.
you're violating people's civil rights. You don't want to take away their liberty and violate the thing you are. But people have got to stand up and recognize the threat. If they don't do it, the society's doomed, and that's what's happening. All of our shows are showing, our reporters are showing, that Europe is doomed because they refuse to acknowledge the existence of a pathogen in their
But
midst.
how many
And
people in Europe have been killed by terrorist attacks compared to like other causes of death? Like, is it really like a huge, serious problem? I mean, obviously it's not good. It has happened, but I just don't know if it is as serious of a problem as they're making out to be.
What is he suggesting they do?
What I just continuously don't get about any of this is like, we have like massive fucking attacks in America all the time that are not Muslims. Like, we've had so many fucking mass shootings and shit that there was no Islam involved anywhere. And we're just like, no big deal, whatever. But Muslims attack something halfway across the world. Oh, shit, Muslims! It's like, I don't get it. We don't want to do anything to stop the mass shootings that happen constantly.
We did have the mass shooting that was done by a Muslim, Fort Hood, and then
Sure, some of them were. Some Islam was involved in some of them, but there was just a shit ton that had nothing to do with Islam.
It's true.
I think I read a fucking statistic somewhere that since John Lennon had been killed, like over 1 million people in the U.S. had been killed by guns.
Yeah, he answered the question that Scotty asked earlier, like why, like what are they supposed to do about the Muslims? He said earlier, he said, well, you got to go in with the police. Like, anytime the Muslims congregate in an area and they're all speaking Muslim and they're talking Muslim and they're
They're all
dressing
speaking Muslim.
Yeah, you gotta go in with the fucking cops and the riot gear and fucking drive them out. Like, that's what he thinks the solution to this is. That's gonna stop Muslim violence.
It's not going to.
Infection that has come in, and that's what radical Islam is. It's an infection. And we have a president here in America who refuses to name it, refuses to identify it, and refuses to give us
he's
what's needed to
authorized
kill
tons
the
of attacks
infection.
and drone strikes.
Yeah,
and like she obviously recognizes the threat.
You can't fucking portray Obama as like he's weak on it. Like, how many drone strikes has he ordered? Like, we know for a fact it's been like, there have been situations where it's like, okay, well, we could kill them, but their whole family's there too. It's like, all right, do it. We don't give a shit. I mean, that's like our attitude.
He presided over the killing of Osama bin Laden, who was responsible for 9/11. Like, how do you paint Obama as weak on terrorism? That would be like Superman beating the shit out of Doomsday, and then everybody going, man, Superman's weak on Doomsday.
Took it easy on him. Barely killed him at all.
And as a matter of fact, he wants to take more of them and bring them into the country.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, Obama wants to bring in radical terrorists.
Yeah,
to
he's
the
going to
country.
personally drive them in across the
Oh,
board.
where's your ISIS membership card? Okay, you can come in. Oh, you're a regular Muslim? Yeah, you gotta stay out.
Obama's building a Muslim army so that he can stay president. He's gonna orchestrate a demographic shift in America. He's gonna move the entire populations of Iraq and Syria over here, and they're gonna fucking join forces. It's his army to take over America from within.
And then it's gonna be the white FEMA death camps, dude. It's gonna happen.
Then
All
begins
whites.
the fucking the extermination of the white race. Except a few white women who are left alive to be slaves to their
and we let it happen,
overlords,
TJ. We brought them here. We brought in the conquerors. Like, said, come in freely.
And they'll just enslave the Asians and make them be like the accountants and shit. It's gonna be
Here's Mike Huckabee talking about how Trump has a, quote, shrewd plan to make Mexico pay for the border wall.
Unlikely.
One more. Donald Trump reiterated a plan that he talked about several months ago The funding for the border wall. He will force Mexico to build it and pay for it by threatening to cut off the money that people here could send back to Mexico. You think that's a good recipe to build the wall?
It's ridiculous.
You know, I think it's a shrewd plan. One thing you have to realize, Donald Trump has been very, very smart in his business career by winning negotiated battles over everything from zoning to construction.
He's a huckster.
Okay. So we're going to stop money going into Mexico, which presumably means that Mexican imports are going to stop coming up here.
So we're going to stop people from sending money back to their family or businesses or whatever. We're going to stop commerce to Mexico and any personal contacts to Mexico too. So can we not also now call Mexico now? I mean, what's next? I mean, how is this a shrewd plan?
We got out of an embargo against Cuba. Now we're going to have an embargo against Mexico.
Yeah.
I mean, no, that's really dumb.
You don't get to be who he is and where he is without having some really, really shrewd, clever ideas about getting what you want. So I think all these people that dismiss him and say, oh, that's nonsense, that'll never happen.
I'm not saying it'll never happen, because this is a pretty stupid country, so it may well happen.
Okay, the first thing we need to eliminate is the DPA.
But, yeah, the DPA. Or the DEP or
something? DEP. What? Some stupid shit.
We need to get rid of the Department of Environmental. He said that recently. It's pretty funny.
I think all these minor candidates that end up having to support Trump should all have to do a fucking dance with him like Ben Carson did. Like, I think that should be in
like the dance of shame. Yeah.
The dance of shame.
Stand by me.
Yeah.
Oh, God, no.
Wedding singer sing fucking the Macarena or something and just stand there swaying.
Hey, Macarena.
They have to come on stage and just dance before the crowd. Like, Trump's like, come on, dance, you fucking monkey. And they come up with the dance to some fucking song.
He's like crying and dancing at the same time. Like, oh. Yeah, that would be awesome.
And Trump's like, all right, I'm good. I'm done with you. Go on.
They listen to how he plans for that to happen. I mean,
Mexico... you know that trade deficit that we have with Mexico? That's because we buy a lot of shit from Mexico. Like, you're going to throw the economy into a tailspin doing this stupid shit. You're fucking insane.
He doesn't have the authority to do this shit he's talking about. These promises are all bullshit. He doesn't have the authority to do most of what he's talking about.
He'll do it, Scotty.
Probably
Donald
not.
Trump
but could
gets
it be
shit
funded,
done.
in fact, by Mexico, in essence? Yeah. Given the way that he has described it, I think that is entirely possible.
Oh, not Trump.
Yeah, that was a masterpiece.
Why does Huckabee keep running? It's never going to happen, Mike. There's never going to be a President Chuckle Fucklebee, dude. It's not.
Okay.
It's never going to happen.
But Paul needs to make that pundit money. He has to remain relevant somewhat. Oh, I'm running for president. Oh, I lost. Oh, too bad. Put me on Fox News again.
Maybe if there was evidence, like if God fucking appeared before like all of humanity and said like, I choose Mike Huckabee as my anointed
Not
leader.
even then. Not even then. They'd be like, God, can you select someone else?
You probably get like 30% of the vote then.
Yeah.
We don't really know God. He seems like a fucking chode to us.
All right, moving on.
Oh, shit.
People crazy.
They are crazy. All right. There's no Mandy on this one.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah, we're fine.
Oh. Snuck him in there, Ben.
Snuck it on in.
All right, so this is a video from Caiden Cowgirl.
What an immature attack.
It's entitled "Legalize Asexual Marriage."
What?
Caiden is like a pussy.
One thing that I think is very, very unfair when it comes to this entire gay marriage argument is that everyone's fighting for lesbians to get their rights, for homosexuals to get their rights, gays, bisexuals, whatever.
It's really hard to hear him over the sound of his hair, dude.
If you're talking about marriage,
Yeah, look at that fucking hair.
Talking about marriage equality, that's already happened. So the fight's kind of shifted to like bathrooms and discrimination laws now.
What is this haircut?
It's almost like Eddie Munster's haircut.
It looks like some kind of futuristic helmet that you put on to like read and or something like, or just a yarmulke that's too far forward on his head.
To me, it just looks like some like greasy, oily like creature, like the symbiote from Spider-Man that's just like slowly oozing down his face. I just want to see it like fucking slide down as the video progresses until it's just like completely covering his fucking facial features.
Transgenders. Bruce Jenners.
Bruce Jenners.
Why does everyone have an S now you don't like?
Bruce Jenners.
The transgenders, the gays. Not the straights, though.
Everything I hate is plural.
To get their rights to do whatever, to go out, get married.
Yes.
But one thing that I find...
To have equal rights,
is that the next thing that's coming up is polygamy.
Polygamy, huh?
People are wanting to get married to multiple partners.
I don't think it's actually coming up. I mean, maybe a little bit, but not that much. And what's the big deal?
Let's just wait for his slippery slope argument.
I don't give a shit.
Gonna marry a cow next.
I'll already throw my lot in with pro polygamy. Fine.
Yeah,
I don't
who
give
cares?
a shit if fucking 7 people want to enter into a contract and say like we are all one union. I don't care. Let them. It's fine. I see no fucking major.
It doesn't
downside.
affect me in any way.
Yeah, I don't see the problem. I don't give a shit.
And marriage right now is a union between two people.
Right.
Regardless of sex.
Right.
Regardless of their gender. Two people.
Yep. That's true.
Why does it have to be limited to 2 people?
That's a good question. Why does it?
Why should there be a limit
Good
on that
point.
at all? And then if the polygamists get their way, why does it have to be 2 or more people?
Yeah.
Why aren't we...
Shut up!
Why aren't we? It's like, what?
Oh, dude, look at his face. Look at his face.
Dude,
He's coming in his pants.
It sounds like the other ball just dropped, Caiden.
Why aren't we?
Screenshot.
Finally,
guys.
finished puberty.
Oh.
Hey, mister, I don't like the sound of your voice.
I'm feeling lots of strange feelings right now.
Trying to legalize asexual marriage.
Asexual marriage.
Because if the LGBTs get their way and everything, they get to marry the same sex, and they get all these benefits for having that ability to get married, at least until I get married to the opposite sex, I want the ability to marry myself.
Even you could do better. Come on.
Yeah, that's a terrible argument.
Listen, I mean, what is that? What would that amount to? I mean, I don't even see a problem with it, but it'd be pointless. What does it even mean? One person should be able to marry them. Like, there's no utility to that.
It's the same absurd argument. It's the same like fucking slippery slope bullshit that they do. That well, if 2 men can get married, why not a man and a dog? Why not a man and a dragon? Why can't a man think up a companion and marry his imaginary friend? Like no, nobody's out there picketing for fucking imaginary friend marriage rights.
No.
Nor are they picketing for polygamy rights. It was about 2 people of the same gender being able to enjoy the same social status as everybody else.
You know, right now, his hair seriously to me looks like someone like photoshopped it there, like
doesn't it?
It
copied
does.
and fucking pasted it like right on his forehead.
It defies logic.
I mean, we might have found someone that's beaten Ryan Wiley in the hair category.
Yeah.
It's that bad.
We should have like a Drunken Peasants award ceremony where we can like go through and we could have like worst hair and all this other shit.
Oh, dude, we have to do that now.
I mean, look at it. Look at it.
Like,
it looks like someone just copied and pasted it there.
Yeah, it looks like someone took his actual hair
did he cut
and
it
then,
himself,
like,
you think?
made it smaller and then just pasted it on top of his head again.
Maybe he tried to cut his own hair. This is the result.
His hair's always like that.
I don't remember being that bad, though.
What is wrong with him? What's wrong with you, Caiden? You look at that shit in the mirror every fucking morning. You're like, yep, good.
I don't know, Coach. I get funny feelings when the cheerleaders walk by.
We need to legalize
Only the male
asexual
ones.
marriage.
Right.
It is so unfair.
Oh my God!
that
What
these
would it? Fine. What would amount? What disaster scenario fucking plays out? Asexual marriage legalized. You can now marry yourself, and then what happens next? What's the fucking problem? It's totally meaningless. Getting married is so like, oh, now we're like in many ways we're the same entity now legally in certain regards.
It's virtually been legal for a year in the U.S. And
I'm just saying, like, if you're already just one person, you already have that with yourself.
No, I'm saying, why would they care at this point? What has happened to our society in the time since it's been legal?
Well, that's
This
the
haircut
problem.
has been
That's why
allowed.
I don't even want to stoop to fucking arguing with him about like why asexual marriage would be bad. Nobody is advocating for asexual marriage. This is a fantasy in Caiden Cowgirl's fucking little fevered imagination, where he just sits up at night and tries to think of excuses why gay people are bad.
Of course he needs a fucking straw man. He needs some fucking shit to attack. Like, what about this fucking bullshit? It's like no one's saying that or believes that. Show me the fucking large group of people who are fucking advocating right now to marry themselves.
Another thing is, like, this argument is so fucking old. We've heard the same slippery slope with fucking gay people for so long.
What if I want to marry my dog someday? Would that be okay? Keep changing the definition of marriage.
Yeah, a dog can't sign a fucking contract, so that's probably why that wouldn't work.
Shocker.
People who love the opposite sex and who love the same sex can get married, but narcissists cannot marry themselves.
Tragic.
People are born narcissistic. Does that mean that all?
Is that what your therapist
Yeah, I mean,
told
like,
you?
what? Like, look at you. You have a fucking show. Your name is over everything. You're obviously a narcissist.
Scotty knows from experience.
Yeah, I've fucking known you my whole life.
Screech.
Asexual people are narcissistic? Of course not. But they're born that way.
Right.
So if you are in love with your face every time you look in the mirror, I know I am. You should have the ability to marry yourself. And because we are denying that right, because we are putting a restriction on marriage to 2 or more people,
I'm convinced that your read of this was actually wrong, Paul. This is actually his impassioned speech about why asexual marriage should be legal, but he can't just come right out and say that. So he's got to, like, frame it as, like, this is one of them anti-gay marriage arguments. Like, really, he's advancing, like, Caiden, do you take Caiden to be your lawfully wedded husband forever and ever? I do, Caiden.
No one can be as good as you, Caiden.
You may now go off into the broom closet and stroke yourself.
He did say he looked good. He looked in the mirror kind of like almost like from, what was that? Silence of the Lambs, like, would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. So I think Caiden has that kind of going on.
That Hollister hoodie is actually made of human skin dyed blue.
Yeah, he's Wild Bill or whatever. Yeah.
Buffalo Bill?
Oh, Buffalo Bill. Yeah, that's what it is.
Wild Bill.
Wild Bill.
Yeah, maybe Wild Bill, too. I mean, we don't know.
We don't know. We don't know what he gets up to.
I want tax breaks. I want the ability to marry the person that I look at every morning in the mirror.
Do it.
So we need to legalize asexual marriage.
Do it. Finally.
Freedom for everybody. Equality for everybody. You love yourself, go ahead. Go into a chapel. You're the only one attending. Get married, and they'll file the paperwork. I mean, if there are absolutely nothing.
Those people just saying they were asexual, by the way. They weren't advocating for asexual marriage.
Anymore. What?
Asexual. Like, he doesn't even seem to understand what these people mean when they say they're asexual. It doesn't mean they're in love with themselves.
No.
It means that they don't feel like they have sexual feelings one way or the other.
Yeah. They have a lack of interest.
Yeah, they feel just like they're not interested in sex.
In sex.
That's what that means. Now, I have questions about those people, but whatever. That's not what they mean when they say they're asexual. Why? How fucked are we, Paul? Tell us about how fucked we are.
We just are.
Tell me.
Watching Caiden Cowgirl, like, just reminds me that there are people out there listening to this, and instead of tearing it apart, as it's so easy to fucking do, They're just going, yep, yep, man won't marry a man. I'll just marry myself. I'll just take a flea off my dog's ass and take it down to the fucking Notary Public and get it fucking stamped. You know what I mean? There are people out there that believe this shit. This is what they care about. This is what keeps them up at night. And meanwhile, on every front that matters, we are fucked. Over and over.
But all that shit doesn't exist, Paul. This is the real problem that plagues America. This shit.
Well, I agree.
Liberals just made up climate change so they distract us from the important issue of whether or not boys can kiss other boys.
I don't know, dude. It's just a fucking sad state of affairs. Like, in this country, when this is what people are fucking riled up about. Not the theft. Like, we haven't even really covered any stories about the Panama Papers. But that just came to light. Nobody gives a fuck about that.
The Panama Papers, I mean, I think it's kind of just like, my problem with it is like, no shit. Everyone already knows this shit's going down.
Right.
I mean, we've been talking about this shit forever. It's not illegal. It's like pretty much, I mean, it's illegal, I guess, in some larger technical sense, but it's pretty much legal in the sense that they all do it. No one's stopping them. Like, the U.S. government knows they're doing it. That's why they could give them, like, tax holidays and say, all right, all that money you guys are keeping offshore that we totally know about, bring that back in because we need to tax some of it, but we'll tax it at a way reduced rate and let you keep most of it, and you can bring it right back to the Cayman Islands. So it's like, you know, just another example in America of people having, like, two different taxation systems, you know, one tax, like, if you and I want to avoid our taxes, like, I got a bunch of taxes fucking hanging over me right now. If I don't pay my taxes, I'm going to fucking get audited. I'm going to go to jail. Or I'm at least going to be in the shit. They're going to fucking hound my ass till the end of time. But if I was rich, I could just be like, all right, put my money in the Cayman Islands. It's not subject to tax. It's fucking taking a vacation from paying taxes.
Well, that's the point, though, right? Is that we're sitting here, you know, Caiden Cowgirl's getting everybody worked up into a tizzy over gay marriage. And meanwhile, if you walked into a 7-Eleven and stole $100 out of the register with a banana in a jacket, you know,
I'll stick this up my ass if you don't give me the money.
Yeah, you're going to go to jail for something like 25 years for armed robbery, right? Meanwhile, these people shelter billions of dollars. Like, Putin is implicated in billions of dollars of offshore holdings. Untaxed revenue. Like, that's insane. And these are heads of state. So
yeah, but no one is surprised by this, though.
No, nobody's surprised by it, but it's the first time we have a cohesive paper trail showing here's how the law gets circumvented in your country.
Look, the rich control the laws that are written, and they write the loopholes in. They say, okay, we have, you know, U.S. corporation made $0. Our fucking corporation in Luxembourg made, you know, $8 billion. You know, so they made no money. They pay at most, like, you know, 3 to 5% tax. They pay some pitiful thing, and then they wait for a tax holiday. Bring the money back into the U.S. at 10%, which will inevitably happen, and then they'll bring all their money back at a lower tax rate. It's already happened before.
It'll happen again.
And we all know, it's like the Swiss bank account. There's, you know, there's Seychelles, there's the Marshall Islands, all these tiny island nations. And or small countries like Panama, they know they launder money. That was big in the 80s, like launder your money in Panama for like drug dealers and shit.
I don't know. It's just
why can't one person marry themselves?
Nah.
Why can't we legalize
It's fucking awesome.
asexual marriage? I mean, equality for all, right? Shouldn't everyone have the ability to marry themselves?
Is he still going on about this?
Come on.
You got anything else?
Come on, Caiden.
People certain rights.
This
So
whole,
we going to
this whole
deny
diatribe is him arguing
asexuals
against
the right
something
to
that
marry?
he came up with himself. An argument that he himself
It's literally a
advanced.
straw man.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. It's a straw man.
But it's so blatant. It's ridiculous. Like, he's not even pretending that this is anyone's actual argument. This is a waste. I mean, there's nothing else we can say about this.
All right, before we move on, just want to remind everyone out there that we do the post show after pretty much every episode. We post it on SoundCloud. It'll be available an hour or two after we end the live broadcast. Check it out. A lot of people have been giving us positive feedback on it. And usually we throw in stuff that we would normally talk about on the show. So it's about an extra 20 minutes of content, usually. So yeah, check that out. Go to the SoundCloud link in the description and follow us on SoundCloud so that you get the update every time we post a new show there. All right. Oh, God.
9 things I would like to tell to every teenage girl.
Why do all feminists have this voice?
1.
Like, they all have this voice. Like, especially here when they're doing, like, poetry readings. Why?
Yeah.
9 things that I would like to tell every teenage girl. 1, useless platitude. 2, worthless fluff. 3, feel-good nonsense. 4, jingoistic bullshit. 5, Jesus Christ, man.
Paint by numbers, man.
The world is trying to kill you.
Oh,
it is
shit.
trying to do this by stealing your voice. Kill it back.
Kill the world before it kills
you. Know what?
you.
Your voice has definitely been silenced as we're watching a recording
Yeah.
of what you said, and people are cheering in the audience. But yeah, you've been silenced. You're right. You know what's funny is these are the same people that want to censor everyone. Yeah, you can't say these words, you can't talk like this. But then now they're an advocate of free speech. Like, people are trying to steal your voice. You do that to everyone else that you don't like.
2, you are the best thing in every room.
Paul's right so far.
Yeah.
You'll notice I did not say the prettiest. You are also the prettiest thing in every room, but that shit doesn't matter.
If it doesn't matter, then why does everyone have to be the prettiest?
Yeah.
I don't understand. You can't all be the prettiest. It just doesn't work. Yeah. You know, even if you say prettiness is subjective, it's still going to be based on, like, any one person's, like, okay, I'm going to look at this situation.
I saw that George Carlin bit, like, you're the last winner.
Yeah. Congratulations, Tommy. You're the last winner. Everyone else won before you, but then you won last.
The world trying to kill you. 3, you will never completely kill the idea that your body is the most important thing about you. That shit is everywhere.
Everywhere. You can't possibly ideologically stand up to it on any level.
And if you're alive and hearing me say these words right now, then you've already heard it too many times. That said, 4, the best hairstyle is one that helps you get out of bed in the morning. The best brand of makeup is one that sharpens a knife for you. The best brand of denim is one that fits and goes with your combat boots. Note that high heels make perfectly acceptable combat boots. Converse make excellent combat boots. And yes, combat boots are superlative combat boots. 5, wear
Just kill me.
Yeah.
Just fucking please. Just put a gun to my head and blow my fucking brains out.
I don't understand how this is poetry. It just sounds like bitching.
Apparently, I've been a poet for years.
Yeah, because all the bitching you've done on the internet.
Yeah,
that
all
was
I do
poetry.
is bitch and complain. It's all poetry, man. Every word a poem.
Yeah, TJ, I think you seriously need to do a feminist poetry video.
I
do it just like this.
But I don't want to just do the same thing they do, but I can't possibly make it any more ridiculous.
It doesn't matter if you make it more ridiculous. It'll still be funny.
You
should do it,
not
TJ.
funny. It's horrible.
whatever you want. Look.
We should do neckbeard slam poetry.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
When you're here, when you come here, we'll do neckbeard slam poetry.
Paul, could you improv some neckbeard slam poetry?
Yeah.
All right.
Do it.
Look.
Yeah, do it.
Hold on. Let me put you on full screen.
Full screen.
Yeah, go ahead. Good. Look, I'm a guy. And guys aren't supposed to cry. But if you could see what lies behind these eyes, you would see the cries that I cry late at night, laying in my bed, wrapped in a sleeping bag, cuddled up next to my anime pillow. Fiddling my ass with the dildo. Filling it up with that dildo until a little shit might spill, though. They try and tell me I'm depressed. They try and give me a pill, though, but I say no. Because I'm a man. And when it comes to getting my rights in the courtroom, yo, that shit ain't gonna happen, yo. Because if I sell weed and florists down the street sell weed, chances are I'm going to jail for 20 years. She probably get off on bail. I'm a male.
It was actually better.
No, don't clap. Don't clap.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit, sorry.
Thank you.
It was actually better than most of the shit we watched.
Yeah, it is. It is better.
However you want. You know who can fuck themselves if they don't like it? Everyone!
Hey, you know what I noticed?
Is she the fucking successor to Big Red? She has red hair.
I noticed that neckbeard slam poetry is much less angry than feminist slam poetry.
Yeah.
Seems like, you know, you guys are the more aggressive ones. To really boil it down.
6. You remember that metaphor about killing you being stealing your voice?
Yeah.
Sometimes the world will actually try to kill you.
Wow.
You'll never deserve it.
Hmm?
Telling you to be ready is pointless. Telling you to prepare yourself is just another way to blame you when it happens, which is why 7, you need to...
Wait. Telling you to prepare yourself is just another way to blame you when it happens? What?
What?
Okay, so like if I'm walking and there's like 2 paths and one leads to certain ruination and the other one's good, and you're standing there and you know the way I should go, it's like, I'm like, which path should I take? It's like, I can't tell you. Because, you know, me warning you, that would just be me assuming you as a victim already. Can't do that. Gotta let you make your own choice. I'm not a victim blamer. Like, what? It's horrible.
Hold up your sisters.
Sisters.
8. Everyone is your sister. The girl with the jacked up teeth and the thrift store jeans is your sister. The girl who fucks girls is your sister. The girl who used to be called Jake but is now called Jane is your sister. The cheerleaders who are trying so hard to kill you are still your sisters.
So what about your brothers? Just fuck them? Or?
Oh, they're terrible.
Our brothers are horrible. Only give a shit about our sisters. They're your sisters.
Yeah, the only way they give a shit about anyone with a dick is if they become a woman.
Yeah.
So, there you go. She mentioned that.
The world is trying to kill each and every one of you. And if you do not hold each other up, no one else will. 9. Someday, someone is going to call you a woman. It's going to be the most terrifying thing to think about yourself. But recognize it for the medal of honor that it is. It means that you have survived. That everything that has tried to kill you has failed.
You amazingly survived in a country where almost everyone survives to adulthood.
Good job.
Congratulations. What are you, a fucking magician? You're like one of the few turtles that makes it to the sea.
That's how she's fucking making it sound.
I'm so sorry. I should have called you all women at the beginning of this poem.
Wow. So powerful.
It wasn't even a poem.
So powerful. A powerhouse performance. Sizzling, scintillating, brilliant.
Did people pay to go to these events?
I have no idea.
I mean, I severely hope not.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they do.
You'd have to pay me.
You couldn't pay me.
Yeah, I'm sure you have a price.
Nah.
You have your price, TJ.
There's a price that you could be paid for you to sit down and shut the fuck up and listen to this bullshit for at least an hour.
No.
Whatever. There's a price for me.
No way.
Okay, you're such a liar.
If you want to find out if there's actually a price, you're going to have to actually pay me whatever the price is.
$5, TJ.
Because until then, it's just hypothetical.
Sure. All right, Clinton, Sanders, Obama, 3-way tie for Jabroni of the Week award.
Cool.
Hey, what's happening, people? So it's time for the new weekly Jabroni of the Week award. So let's get right into
What?
What is this?
I have no idea. Oh, it's his little intro. He like cut himself off.
Yeah, that was really abrupt.
This week's Jabroni of the Week award goes to the Hillary Clinton.
I gotta say, one of my new favorite YouTube tropes is the shitty webcam video with the sleek intro.
Like Black Keen?
Yeah. It's just like, you see it everywhere now. They buy these little intros and they just plug their name into it for like,
Vigilant Christian.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, this is my intro. And then they fucking got some shitty webcam shit like, yeah, man, I'm going to tell you who the Jabroni of the Week is.
Gall and the balls. You probably got some big balls, but to sit there and talk smack on Trump saying he's an embarrassment, what about releasing those emails that you covered up and lied about? What about taking blame for the Marines you had killed? Hillary Clinton, garbage. Look at all her supporters, man.
You're nothing, Hillary. You're garbage.
Big bushy lesbians saying how great she is, but why, though? Nobody can say why she's great. She's just Barack Obama in a dress. Ask any Obama supporter why they support him, and they'll just say, because he's awesome. Okay, that's cool, but give me a reason why he's so great. Because he is. I got into an argument with this stupid-ass girl saying that, remember John Kerry? She said she was all about voting for him. This is years ago.
So the arguments he's heard in opposition, name one thing you like about Obama. He's good. That's the only argument you've ever received back. Like, I'm really, really skeptical of that. I think you're being very selective with the arguments you've had.
She was all about voting for him. And I said, why? Because he's cool. And I said, but why? Well, he came to our school and gave a speech. So that makes him a good president because he came to your school and gave a speech? You know who else gave good...
He was never president, so nothing makes him a good president.
I just heard the next thing he's going to say, and it's horrible.
Speeches? Adolf Hitler.
Wow.
How'd that work out for the German people?
You know who else gave good speeches? Hitler.
Godwin's Law.
Trump doesn't give good speeches. He's nothing like Hitler. It's like, okay.
But he wasn't elected. Yeah, he was. Most people don't know that Hitler was...
I love it when people do the Hitler thing, and they act like they just originated some great fucking thing that nobody's ever said without realizing that everybody that has a piss-poor argument in the history of the world since Hitler has used Hitler in that piss-poor argument. He's like, you know who else had voting power taken away from the people? Fucking Nazi Germany, man. He's just like, man, that one's good. That's my home run hit. That's my grand slam. Yeah, you're the first one to compare your opponent to a Nazi, dude. Congrats.
Freely elected by the people because he promised so much stuff. And yeah, he came through on his promise.
And by the way, Hitler, totally a jabroni.
With all his free shit like Bernie Sanders wants to do.
Yeah.
And then he slowly
he's
took
also
away
a Nazi.
And that's the act of a socialist bum. Promise the people all kinds of free shit and then slowly take it away. Bernie Sanders, he should also win the Jabroni of the Week. And that's what we're going to do. I'm going to take the award and cut it in half. One half goes to Hillary, one half goes to Bernie.
Yeah.
Both
all my
jabronis.
ideological opponents get the Jabroni of the Week award. What a status symbol this award is. Anybody that disagrees with me is my Jabroni of the Week. This week it's every Democrat. Next week it's going to be every atheist.
I don't know who's a bigger jabroni. They're both idiots.
Yep, both
Bernie
idiots.
Sanders just wants to give all this free shit away.
Who's
paying for it, Bernie? You know?
Taxpayers. Taxpayers are paying for it.
Yeah, I don't
Another
get that.
great original fucking idea from this guy. Like, he thought of that, by the way. Who's gonna pay for it, Bernie? He didn't hear it. Fucking Rush or Fox. Who's gonna pay for all?
I was so sick of the everything's free argument.
You know what I love too is like in the beginning of the video, he's like, I talked to these Obama supporters. I ask them why you support Obama. They're just like, he's awesome. Some
Bernie's
vague
idiot.
shit. But you know why Bernie Sanders is stupid? He's just about free shit.
Yeah.
It's like, how is that any less simplistic than what you were mocking the other people for?
You understand economics? So we're already $18 trillion in debt. Let's make it $36 trillion. Why not? Obama
I hate
promised.
these motherfuckers that don't understand the national debt or like what it is or how it functions. They're like, man, $19 trillion in debt.
Yeah,
$19 trillion in debt.
He thinks that going to debtclock.org and looking at the national debt makes him versed in economics. Like, y'all even know economics? Y'all ever been to Debt Clock and seen the $19 trillion?
It's growing. Look at it.
About economics.
Yeah, the national debt started at the fucking genesis of the country, and it's been getting bigger and bigger ever since. That's kind of what it does.
To erase the deficit by the end of his first term. What did he do? He quadrupled it. It might even be more than that.
Wait, you talking about Obama? Obama fucking lowered the deficit, you moron.
It's a popular talking point that he
But it's wrong.
tripled it.
Well, it's talking about the budget deficits as opposed to the national debt. He's talking about two different things.
I know the national debt has nothing to do. I mean, well, it has something to do with the deficits, but the way he switched between them was dishonest. But if he's talking about Obama, then Obama fucking lowered the deficit. We were running at like 1.4 trillion. Now I think it's like 500 billion or something, or 500 trillion or whatever.
Yeah, and
a billion.
The deficit fucking exploded under Bush.
Yeah, because of the wars and all that shit, and the Bush tax cuts and all that retarded shit that he did.
Yes.
So anyway, you know what? This is a three-way jabroni award. Hillary Clinton, Bernie, and Obama.
Yeah.
Let's just say the whole jabroni award goes to...
It really is going to be just everybody he doesn't like politically.
Yeah, the
Jabroni Award.
The three major Democrats in politics today they're all the jabronis.
The Jabroni Award goes to Democrats.
Yep.
Tomorrow it goes to faggots.
The Democratic Party for being so stupid.
Yeah.
We'll throw the liberals in there too. If liberals were so smart, why are they always so wrong? Like everything
Paul predicted this entire video.
Hold on. The whole point of having like a Jabroni Award is like you single out one person who did something like notably bad that week.
Yeah,
and then you say this is the Jabroni of the week because they did this and this.
Yeah, it's like Bill O'Reilly does like his Pinhead Award.
Yeah, but this time it's just like, yeah, this is the Jabroni of the week, and then he like has this rambling, like vague shit about like Bernie Sanders wants to give away free shit. Well, that's just his platform. What did he do this week that you're like, oh, now this is Jabroni of the week? It doesn't make sense. This concept is ill-conceived.
But it's free, TJ. He's going to bankrupt us with his free shit for these millennials.
Yeah, this is just like the fucking standard shit from people that have nothing to say. Like a video like this, like TJ's right. It should be like the Jabroni of the week. Hillary Clinton said this. Wow, what a stupid thing she said. Here's why it's stupid. But instead, it's just like, my Jabroni of the week is gonna be Hillary Clinton this time because she done said something stupid. Also, let's just lump Obama in there because he done quadrupled the national deficit, which is whatever, and then let's go ahead and throw in every Democrat. Let's just throw in Bernie because Bernie about that free shit. Like you haven't said a goddamn thing. What's the point of this award? It would be like the Oscars going, and the Oscar goes to Alive. It was a great movie. It's a great movie. Also, it goes to, let's think. You know what I mean? Like, just giving everybody an Oscar.
You all win an Oscar. Everybody just come on stage.
Everyone's a winner.
Oscars for everyone. Just line up. We'll just hand them out.
Just stupid. Oh man, and some of the comments people leave me telling me I'm dumb for my views and my opinions, but most of my opinions are facts.
What? Really? Wow.
Most of my opinions are facts.
Most of my opinions are facts.
This is a real prize winner here. My opinions.
Yeah, his opinions
That's
are
a fact.
facts.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I know. We're speechless at this point.
I think
His opinions are.
You just won your own awards, you fucking retard. You're the Jabroni of the week.
On our show.
What a twist.
People sit there and talk smack about Republicans being stupid. Republicans ain't trying to give away free shit. Republicans don't want everybody making a career out of welfare.
Republicans are kings.
Even if we just take this,
giving away free shit.
If we just take, they give away free shit to their fucking cronies.
Make a
on Wall Street
career
all the
out of
time.
welfare.
But I mean, like this free shit. Like, if your understanding is that simplistic, like, what is the problem with free shit? What is your fucking grievance with that? That seems awesome to me. Like, if that was really what Bernie Sanders is like, free shit. Like what? Like anything you want, free. Okay, so like if I go to the store and I'm like, I want some Pop-Tarts, I can just grab them and walk out with them. Yep, okay, let's do this.
It's so disingenuous to say it's free. It's like, oh, free college. It's not really free. I mean, we all know it has to be paid for, but most of Bernie's plan has been outlined. Hey, is it all feasible? Is it all going to happen if he's elected? Probably not. But these are just ideas, and it's his fucking platform.
Yeah, and I mean, like, he has fucking things on his website that account for how this is all going to happen. But, like, this guy doesn't give a shit.
No.
This guy's never been
My opinions are facts.
This guy's never been to the Bernie Sanders webpage like, let's see how he proposes to pay for this. Oh, that's how. It's like, nope. Bernie Sanders wants to give us free shit. Who's going to pay for that? Me, somehow. It's going to be me.
You need help. That's understandable, man. But welfare shouldn't be a career. Bernie Sanders,
whose
smart.
career is welfare?
Getting all these 18-year-olds to vote for him by telling them, hey, free college, free education, free health care, free this. But
well, I mean, there are several countries around the world that use that exact model, and it does work.
Communism. You got a fucking
free healthcare and
you got
free
a 9-year wait in Canada to even see a doctor.
Yeah,
9-year wait.
Oh,
You go into a Canadian- You go into a Canadian emergency room and there's just a row of skeletons along the back of various states of disrepair.
Well, you know what? That is Canada, so that's probably what happens.
Yeah, people that
In
done
fairness.
come in and was runned over by a big rig, and they just stack them in the corners like cordwood.
The surgeon don't even wash his hands between surgeries.
Well, they have death panels in Canada too. They just look at you, go like, you get to live, you get surgery, the rest you just die. We have a budgetary concern. We're sorry.
what they don't understand is people who work have to pay for all that shit. Right now,
did the
you pay
heart
between
transplant, but
28
there's still some
35% of
Ebola
your
left on my
paycheck goes to
hands.
taxes.
Maybe
Bernie,
you should look
with all
into
his-
who's actually paying for it, because something tells me you're not making your money on capital gains, you fucking retard.
Well, there's plenty of people live in societies like, mostly Scandinavian countries that their people are very happy there. They do pay more income tax, sure. But they seem happy with it. I mean, and there's look, they're all different systems, but I don't really think people in those countries are going, "Oh my God, I hate living here. This is so terrible." It just doesn't seem that way. If you look at the happiness indexes in the countries that do well, these countries for the most part are doing pretty well too.
This free shit, that's going to be like 60%. How would you like to go to work all week? But those of you who support Bernie don't go to work all week. But let's imagine that you did.
Ooh, yeah.
Let's say you make, I don't know, $20 an hour.
Yeah.
You get your paycheck and it's cut down to $6 an hour because all that money has to pay for all Bernie's free shit.
What?
So anyway, Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton, and Barack Obama, congratulations on your...
All right.
So,
The $6 that's not it.
All right, this guy, we're taking away your YouTube license, sir.
Yeah, you're done.
You're done with this. You've made me actually rescind my opinion on freedom of speech. You just need to go away. You just need to stop. This is horrible. This is wrong. Your opinions are not fact.
Well, also he acts as if they're being taxed more for no reason, just like the government just needs more for no reason.
He's sitting there saying that the government's going to take fucking. They're just going to go to like working people who make $20 an hour and take like fucking $14 of it. Like, yep, this
Thanks.
is fair. We're going to use this to pay for free college.
It's like, what? For a bunch of bums.
On the
Bums
health-
do
on the-
nothings. Yeah.
On the healthcare front, I wonder if this guy knows that if he's a working guy, he's already paying for healthcare for people that don't have it, which is kind of the point of having single-payer healthcare, is so that the government can negotiate better prices. Because right now, if a hobo gets hit by a train and has his arm severed and gets rushed to the fucking hospital, who do you think's paying for that? What do you think they're doing? Selling his retardedly worn-out shoes and moth-eaten jacket to cover the fucking surgery to save his life? No, taxpayers are picking up the bill for that shit. So why not let somebody step in as an intermediary and negotiate a better fucking price so we're not paying out the ass?
Hey, Paul, and you know who signed that law into effect too? Ronald Reagan.
Communism.
Crazy.
Reagan was a
Reagan is a commie now. We have to rewrite history.
He wanted an open border, dude. He's a bad person. Reagan is shit. Fucking liberal.
Here's a video that we previewed a little bit before the stream. It's why I voted for Donald Trump, and fuck off if you don't like it.
Cool.
So, if this video offends you, click that big fat unsubscribe button below.
Did they have to
put Trump all the way
Right.
at the bottom?
Sweet.
Fuck.
They have to put Trump at the bottom, dude.
Trump.
I'm pretty sure that was in alphabetical order.
They're trying to bury Trump, dude. Okay, put them at the bottom. Like, they expect us to read all this shit. A lot of people probably give up after the first 3 names.
Because I see Marco Rubio, and then I saw Santorum, and then I saw Trump. So
RST, motherfucker.
Yeah. It's like, why does you have to be all the way at the bottom? It's like indicating that it's like some sort of conspiracy against Trump.
Someone's got to be on the
bottom. Alphabet conspiracy.
Why did they put Governor Zoidberg all the way at the top? It doesn't make any sense.
Trump. Get used to it, little boys. It's time to grow up and vote for Trump.
The place where I voted was actually a local elementary school. And I realized that I walked in there with my intelligence does not equal regurgitation t-shirt.
It says intelligence does not equal regurgitation.
He needs to tell that to the guy that just preceded him.
So, why did I vote for Donald Trump? Well, number one, he opposed invading Iraq in 2003. In fact, he was one of the only major public figures saying, don't go in there, it's going to destabilize the Middle East. That's exactly what happened.
The war is a total disaster. It's a catastrophe, nothing less.
It's funny, people say Donald Trump is Islamophobic and hates Muslims. But what could be more Islamophobic than the systematic bombing and invading of a Muslim country, Iraq, in 2003?
A decision
People
made
don't know
by
what they're
George W.
talking
Bush and Dick Cheney. And a bunch of stooges in Congress, of course, were happy to go along with it.
Including Hillary Rodham Clinton. But not Bernie Sanders.
Plus, it shows that Donald Trump is not a crazy, unhinged warmonger. People say he's the next Hitler of World War III. He had the temperament, he had the foresight, he had the sober-mindedness.
I don't even think that. I think he's like... I mean, like, I've heard him talk about, like, getting the military bases out of certain countries and other shit. I think, like, if anything, he strikes me as very isolationist. He wants to put up a wall. He wants to curtail immigration. He wants to pull out bases from a lot of countries.
That's true. He does kind of sound that way.
So, I mean, like, you put all that together, and it kind of paints a picture of, like, a very kind of xenophobic isolationist. And, and also his approach to, like, trade policy and shit. Like, ooh, we shouldn't have all these trade deficits. We shouldn't be buying all this shit from other countries and shit. Like, it kind of all reeks of, like, no, we need to cloister ourselves off and shit. So I don't really think of him as like a warmonger. I really think of him as more like an isolationist, xenophobe, fraidy cat.
To know to not go into Iraq. This is not some unhinged
Jumping in his own
tyrant.
shadow.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Number two, his willingness to be politically incorrect. Now, no, I'm not voting for him because he's politically incorrect. But being politically incorrect is a pointer, an indicator of something deeper about his personality and who he is at a deep level.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account...
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
No, it wasn't.
He would not be politically incorrect if he wasn't a more authentic and genuine person.
That's not necessarily true.
Wow. Yeah, there's no way that could be, like, calculated at all. There's no way he could just be, like, doing that to appeal to fucking people like you. There's no way it could be a sales pitch.
Yes, I am from my common man act, you know?
Well,
I'm one of the
tell you
people.
what, when I look at Trump hawking his board game and his stakes and his failed university, the first word that comes to mind when I see Donald Trump is genuine. From the hair on his head to the orange spray-on tan, man. He is the genuine article.
He's the real deal.
Trump.
Correctness is what politicians do because...
I mean, here's another thing. Is like, I'm not politically correct. I mean, I'll do like, oh, see, me so sorry. Me watch the Drunken Peasant. I mean, I got Native Americans like pissed at me right now from how we talked in that Bernie Sanders video. I was like, you know... Don't they all got casino money and all that shit? You know? So I have Native American people like, we're pissed. I have Asian people pissed. All kinds of people.
Yeah, they said they wanted to beat the shit out of you.
Get pissed off, you know, because they do these little jokes and bits and shit. And, you know, it's like even our audience has the politically correct elements in it. But, you know, I mean, like, my tendency to do shit like that probably should preclude me from being, like, the president of the United States. Because you got to get along with fucking people to some extent. You can't be talking endless amounts of shit all the time.
You have to be diplomatic.
Yeah, you have to have some sense of diplomacy. And Trump's always bragging about, I get along with everybody, but he never demonstrates his ability to do so.
Never mind.
No, he
the
gets along
fact
with no
that
one.
This stand that he says that Trump made, if you look at the timeline of statements that he made about Iraq publicly, it starts to look like he just kind of followed the news narrative. It's like before the 1 year anniversary of the Iraq War, he's very like, oh yeah, you know, whatever, you know, blah. He doesn't come out and say, yeah, I think it was the greatest idea, but he's not like, man, it was a fucking mistake. And then right at the 1 year anniversary, when violence was escalating in the country after 1 year of American deaths and boots on the ground there, then he starts going, well, yeah, you know, I don't think I would have gone to Iraq. And then as the people started to get more and more, like if you follow the timeline, public opinion is his opinion.
Right.
So,
Shock.
And, you know, unlike Bernie Sanders, who actually fucking spoke against it before it happened, before it was ever authorized.
Yeah, voted against it, in fact.
You know, who actually had foresight rather than just following a trend. I mean, the same thing Hillary Clinton does. I mean, that's why I'm always amazed that these Trump supporters think that their candidate is so different from Hillary, when really he's not.
Bernie
he's the
did
same.
it at a
He's the same
time-
kind of demagogue. Yeah, go ahead.
He did it at a time where people in the public eye, well, people not even in the public eye, that opposed the Iraq War were being literally on national news programs called traitors and treasonous.
Yeah, unpatriotic, yeah.
So, I mean...
Yeah. Donahue lost his show on MSNBC, and Jesse Ventura. They both did. Because MSNBC had more of a conservative slant.
And Bill
back
Maher
then.
lost his show over his 9/11 comments, which is kind of somewhat related. Because it was the beginning of this whole like, war on terror.
They
bullshit.
were like, but they were like stonewalling people who were like, who were anti-war before the beginning of the war. They wanted the public to be on board.
Oh man, you know the media is so in bed with fucking politicians. It happens all the time. It's not even surprising.
They're afraid of losing voters. Political correctness is what politicians do when they're afraid of losing support, because if they were to be true to who they truly are, it might offend people and people might not show up to support them. The fact that Donald Trump was willing to be politically incorrect tells you that he's actually expressing something authentic and genuine.
No, it doesn't.
You know, some morons have been saying, oh,
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't, dude. No. Being politically incorrect does not fucking imply authenticity automatically. No.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the correlation.
You know, I'm kind of with Paul earlier. You know, when he's talking about we didn't talk about some of the issues that really matter on this show. Did you guys know Axl Rose broke his foot?
Whoa, really?
Yeah, dude.
Hold on.
Axl Rose broke his foot and underwent surgery, and it was just announced hours before the Guns N' Roses officially kicks off their tour.
Oh
dude.
no,
man!
Wow.
God.
I mean, this
National
is some
tragedy.
dire fucking news, man.
Where you at on this one, mainstream media?
Yeah, where? First, you dropped the ball on that Panama, whatever it was that I forgot about already.
Panama Papers.
And now this. Now this shit. I know it's fucking whatever.
You're stupid.
You're stupid. It was part of the fucking.
oh, Donald Trump!
Yeah, your joke
He's
sucked
so
anyways.
politically incorrect.
You suck, you fucking fat
He's not
faggot. Bitch boy slap
presidential.
fight time, bitch.
Oh, he's not presidential.
boy slap
That's
fight.
a good thing, you fucking dummies.
Bitch boy, slap fight. Gotta ask my mama if you can stay over tonight. Bitch boy, slap fight.
Gonna see you if your asshole is tight.
Bitch boy, slap fight. There's a good chance that one of us will cry tonight. Bitch boy, slap fight. Asked if you would come over and my mom said it was alright. Bitch boy.
Crazy. Wow.
That had to happen.
The tension had been building for a while between
Yeah.
you two, and I sensed that a bitch boy slap fight was around the corner.
You know it. You fucking know it, dude.
You can smell it in the air.
Yeah, dude. When you
Before
walk
it
in,
happens.
it smells like Cheeto dust and dried cum socks underneath beds. Man. It's just the smell of a bitch boy slap fight.
That's what it smells like, huh?
Yeah.
And you know those smells well, I'm sure.
I do, of course. Well, of course.
There's also the smell of defeat.
Yeah.
So I ended the last video to play the bitch boy slap fight song.
It's okay. It wasn't very good.
Okay.
I got in a bitch boy slap fight with my friend Ben one time over my computer desk. Like he was there hanging out, and I was and he's playing on my computer, and I had this, like, you know, the tray that your keyboard goes on? Like, it was notorious for just breaking. Like, it was a piece of shit, and it needed fixed, and I was too lazy to fix it. And so, like, I was just fucking with him, but, like, apparently he had been building up all this bitch boy energy against me. Like, so he's on my computer, he's typing away, and then it breaks, and I go, "Oh, way to go, Ben, you fucking retard, break everything you touch, you fucking piece of shit." And he turns around and goes, "Fuck you, Paul, you fat piece of fucking shit, you always put me down." And he gets up and, like, comes over the bed, and it's like, he runs back like he's gonna punch me, and I'm like, "Ah!" You know, like, I put my hands up like this, and he runs back like he's gonna punch me, and it goes in on it, and it's just a slap. It doesn't miss, and then leaves. And so I was like, I don't know if I was in a bitch boy slap fight or if I was just the victim of them.
You weren't at least a bitch boy slap skirmish.
Oh, yeah, I don't know why that pushed his mustard button pretty hard though. Like, he was like, he got really sour really quick.
Oh, he said his name was Ben, huh?
Yeah.
What was it with Ben's?
Was it Neb? I don't know.
Might have been Neb.
Could have been Neb.
Next video.
Not all Muslims are bad. It's only a few of them. Most of them just want to live in peace. So stop generalizing, you uneducated racist bogan. Now, if you've engaged in some form of discussion with anybody in the workplace, in the family, in your circle of friends, you've probably come across the same type of person taking on this same standpoint over and over and over again.
Okay.
Spitting out this same argument and treating it as though it's some ultimate intellectual justification for why we should open our borders to the entire global Islamic population.
So this is like a straw man within a straw man.
Yeah, it's like, what?
Straw manception. So, you know, no one, like almost no one, I can't say no one, but almost no one is like, man, we just got to completely open up our borders 100%, let anyone through. There's pretty much no one advocating that position. Maybe a few people.
Yeah, can Muslims just arrive in Australia and just live there? There's no customs, there's nothing, there's no, just, okay, you're a Muslim, you're in.
And second of all, like, I love how you added that insult, like, to the end of the argument, like, you racist, so that you could be like, see how irrational they are? They called me a racist, but you don't actually... But, like, if the argument by itself is not ridiculous, it's just like, don't judge an entire group of people by the actions of some of that group of people. Seems like a pretty good standard to have, regardless of the group of people you're talking about. Like, I wouldn't judge all fucking Australians because you're a fucking retard.
Oh, maybe you should.
Well, you know, they don't know who the Doors are, for one thing.
Yeah.
Stupid fucks. You're upside down, Australia.
And anyone else who wants to come in. Our country is yours. Yay, diversity, equality, one world governments.
One world government.
Oh, yeah.
Diversity, equality, one world government.
Those three things go hand in hand everywhere.
First it's diversity, then it's equality, then it's one world government. Soon.
Beautiful concepts. But if you're anything like me, this sort of thing just doesn't sit too well with you.
Yeah.
It's too simplistic, it's too unrealistic, it's too genocidal. It's too...
What? Hold on, what?
Because it's not an opinion that anybody's really credibly espousing. Like there's not this big movement to throw the borders wide open on Australia.
Or any country, for that matter.
Yeah.
Too insane. And
there seems to be a theme tonight, like conservatives arguing with themselves. Like the last three videos are just people like, man, some people be saying Trump, he's stupid because he's politically incorrect. Well, I think he's smart, but you know, like they're just arguing with themselves.
Only the most short-sighted, brain-dead people who cannot see beyond their own noses could possibly take on such a standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So some ad hominems.
Even though...
All right, so poke your holes in the bad
judging
argument.
From our current state of circumstances, yes,
Right.
the majority of Muslims indeed seem quite peaceful.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's actually talk about Islam for 1 second. Islam is a faith designed to conquer, okay? Not coexist. They laugh at your concepts of coexistence. It's alien to them. They don't understand it and they don't want to understand it. In fact, they will quite happily use these concepts against you as they currently...
If they can't understand it, how would they use it against us?
You know what, TJ? They're just sitting there pretending to go along with these free societies, biding their time. So like Pat Robertson said, till they're high enough in the population.
You know, I was watching this documentary. We were all watching this documentary last night about Typhoid Mary and shit.
Yep.
And they were reading like excerpts from like the journals of these people who went to the Irish part of town and talked about like what the Irish people were like, and it's like every mother, everybody covered in dirt. Every mother fucking with a dead baby, and just like,
and they were
drunks everywhere.
They were portrayed as like subhuman too.
Oh yeah, it's like animals,
monkeys and
they're
stuff.
like these wretched animals that live in these hovels, and they're pure evil. And it's like it's an old story in America. It's just like every fucking demographic goes through this like, ooh, they're like these evil monsters. What ain't like us on any level? It's like, okay, we're all humans. We're not that far removed from one another. If any two of us fuck, we can reproduce fertile offspring. So doesn't matter.
And a lot of the people espousing these opinions are the great grandsons and daughters of Irish immigrants who came here and were treated worse than black people, or at least commensurate with black people. Like being Irish was just as bad if you were looking for a job as being a black person, and they can't see the irony in them going, well, nope, no Muslims at all. Anybody that ever has talked to a Muslim can't come here. It's absurd.
Every aspect of the faith is designed to conquer.
You guys just change your fucking name to the Regressive Podcast, huh? I can see it coming.
Well, it's like any good fucking... Oh, go on.
I just don't understand. I'm sorry, Scotty. I just don't understand.
No, it's fine.
I don't understand the fucking, like, this whole idea that because I'm not quaking in my fucking boots with fear at every fucking Muslim that I see and every Muslim that comes to this country doesn't cause me to have a fucking apoplectic fit, that I'm somehow a fucking regressive. It's stupid. Like having a nuanced perspective. What a regressive fucking idea, man. Judging people on their own merits, man. How fucking regressive.
You're disgusting. You're a monster.
It's basically like programming. Yeah, I mean, for all this guy knows, his ancestors came to Australia and were discriminated against. He doesn't know.
Well, a lot of them are descended from prisoners who were brought there, against their will. So,
and just like Paul made the point about the Irish, it's like people. There's probably plenty of people, I'm sure, with Irish ancestry. They're just like, nope, like don't bring them here. And it's like, really?
Hell, if you look at the Jews, it's like theirs is like a history of getting kicked out of places. Like we went here and then we got kicked out. So we went here and then we got kicked out, and we went here and we got kicked out. Or like the Gypsies today, they do the same shit.
Oh, there's always some outlier group. That's
the Mormons were like that for a while.
The cause of all our problems.
And now they're almost president.
The Mormons started, I believe, in New York and traveled all the way, to Utah. They were basically chased out of every town they went to.
We should have kept chasing them.
Chase them into the ocean.
People have short fucking memories, so no shock, really.
Let's see.
I remember arguing with Devin Tracy on Twitter about, like, something happened in Germany, and he was like, I'm a 20-minute tube ride from where a bunch of Muslims tried to rape women in the broad daylight, or whatever happened. I don't even remember what it was. And I was like, man, I'm like 2.5 hours from where was that one, Stockton, or what, the college killing that happened right after that? Like I was 2.5 hours from it, and I was like, man, should I be quaking in my boots too? Am I a bigger authority on Islamic fucking fundamentalism than you because I could be there in 2 hours and it happened near me? Like, it's just the argument is stupid. Judge people based on their merits, like we always have in this, or at least as we've always strived to do in this country.
There's a large portion of people that do not hold those beliefs.
Yeah.
Next video, top 5 reasons why fracking regulations are whack. Yeah.
Whack. They're so whack.
Top 5 reasons fracking regulations are whack.
Whack.
We know the risks behind hydraulic fracturing are real, but rare and
Yeah,
outweighed when
lots of
compared to
earthquakes
the
have-
potential
are-
economic
have become-
benefits. Some state and local
So-
governments focus on start-to-finish regulation.
This feels like the beginning of a fucking horror movie. Like you're watching the fucking evil corporations propaganda, and then it's like, yeah, everything's gonna be good, and then like it cuts to the earth destroyed.
Oh, we know
shit.
fracking is polluting the fucking water supplies. We already know what's happening.
I mean, like we've all seen the
now.
videos of fucking. There's earthquakes in places that like, shouldn't be having earthquakes. There's fucking people's tap water coming out fucking flammable and shit. But no, like you don't understand. There's economic benefits. Rich people could get even richer with this. This could be good. This answers all our prayers. We could put even more CO2 in the atmosphere. It's gonna be great. Fucking hippies.
Like permitting, disclosure, and production requirements, beginning with site selection and continuing through well abatement. Other states and localities enforce outright bans. Both have major downsides. Number 5. Government agencies do not directly bear the cost.
Yeah, man.
It's downside.
For what? For the He's gonna tell us, dude. He's gonna tell us Listen.
The regulations. Consequently, they often overestimate the costs and underestimate the benefits. Number 4.
Yeah, dude. You follow that? That was like a drive-by point. It's like, yeah, you know, cost and benefits. This makes sense. Move on. Special interest.
Regulatory agencies are susceptible to capture by special interests. Both industry.
Yeah, special interests like the fracking industry, for example.
The oil and gas lobby, of course.
I mean, what the fuck?
This is like a Saturday morning cartoon for adults. It's like somebody finally figured out that all you got to do is just get Adobe Premiere and make one of these slickly produced videos. You can basically say anything like, banning fracking is bad. Number 6. You know what I mean? Like, what?
They're like, oh my God. If we let regulators in, and they're going to be beholden to special interests. Meanwhile, just let a special interest be totally unregulated so they can totally decide their fate.
The free market will decide.
It's like, I think that it's like better to have special interests. There at least be like a middleman between us and special interests. But they're like, no, cut the middleman out. That middleman is your fucking political representation, you morons. Holy shit.
Or environmental groups. This means that regulations can be implemented in ways that favor the special interest.
Yeah, I would hate if we fucking favored environmental groups over the oil and gas industry.
Yeah.
That would be terrible for America. Oh, wait, the opposite is true. Oh, God.
At the expense of the public good. Number 3. Regulations are complex and costly.
Right.
Both for government agencies and the regulated fracturing companies.
Oh, my God.
Consumers ultimately bear these costs.
Pause it.
Consumers bear these costs? No, the fracking industry should bear the costs.
Let's think about the Deepwater Horizon in the Gulf of Mexico that blew up because they basically didn't follow the safety standards and regulations that were in place. If they'd followed them, it probably wouldn't have happened. If there's no regulations...
And that's just more argument against regulation, because why even have them if they ain't gonna follow them anyway, man? You know what I'm saying? It's just a waste of time.
Here's the problem with saying regulations don't work. It's like, well, they don't work. It's like, well, if they're followed, they do. The oil and gas industry writes the laws, and they lobby to make sure the regulations on them are so lax to begin with.
Okay, but...
So they're playing by the rules they've selected, and then still complaining.
If you're going to regulate it, if you're going to regulate it at all, there has to actually be punishment. Like when a fucking oil rig blows up and they fucking do through investigation, they find out like, oh, a bunch of safety regulations that you're mandatorily supposed to follow weren't being met. All right, I guess the head of fucking BP is going to fucking jail. I mean, but no, it's like, no, you know, BP, you got to pay a fine.
And think about the consequences. I mean, the fucking Gulf of Mexico took on, you know, I don't even know how many millions of barrels of oil.
Yeah. 28. How many barrels of oil did they spill? 28 million. All right. Let's think about this. Let's make Exxon send some people in some hazmat suits down to the beach to scoop tar up with some shovels. That'll do it.
I met this. There was this guy that was Me and Galen went to this fucking environmental thing about right after the oil spill and shit. There was a bunch of like speakers and shit. And there was like local fishermen coming in and being like, ever since that oil spill, we've been finding a lot more of these like two-headed shrimps and stuff, you know? Like they're finding like all these mutated shit and like they'll fucking try to get oysters and the oysters will be full of fucking oil and shit and just like, ugh. Fucking garbage.
It had no effect on the ecosystem at all.
But don't regulate that industry.
Dude, they spill gas and oil all the fucking time in the U.S. It's totally common. If you just look at the fucking how many fucking gas lines and how many fucking just how many fucking spills there are each year. I mean, you can find the information very easily. It's just astounding how much is spilled, and it destroys the environments.
Number 2. Regulation.
Why don't you go hug a tree, you fucking liberal queer?
My opinions are facts, TJ.
Why don't you just sew yourself a little wedding dress out of leaves?
Why don't you go live in one of these places that's been ruined by these industries?
It's actually a good comeback to that.
Limit entry into hydraulic fracturing development.
I mean, we get earthquakes here because of it, because they do frack here.
I think anybody who fucking defends this fracking shit needs to go to one of these towns where the water is flammable and drink a big old jug. Like, here you go.
How about they go to Flint?
Flammable water.
Drink some of that fucking nice lead water, because regulations are just getting in the way.
Oh,
fucking
come on in,
Curtis Fox.
Come on in. You look thirsty. You want a cup of sludge? we got some sludge fresh on the tap over here.
Used to be the stuff that came out of the faucet was water, but now I can use it to fuel my fucking car. This is great. Deliver right to my house.
Time entering the market, which increases profits for existing companies and increases the cost of energy to
wonderful.
consumers.
Wow, yeah.
And the number one reason fracking regulations
Liability.
are whack. As long as the companies follow the regulations,
They
are
don't.
shielded from liability for human and environmental costs. When fines are levied,
They're shielded
paid to the
because they have
government,
lobbies that
not to
protect
the
them.
affected parties.
Sorry, that argument was what? I don't even understand what was that. That was like rhetorical sleight of hand. Like, we have said nothing. Goodbye.
Yeah.
I mean,
hope you enjoyed your cartoon. Kids, tune in next week, and we'll tell you why Obama's the Antichrist here on Prager University.
Markets offer an attractive alternative to
I don't think it is
bureaucratic
Prager.
regulations.
Is it?
By better
No.
aligning the benefits
No,
and
it's not
costs of
Prager.
hydraulic fracturing.
I can understand why you would think so,
Functioning
though.
markets would also help hold producers
So they're
more
saying-
accountable for resources they use, like water. And for
Okay,
the costs
so
they
the trade-off
create,
is this.
like pollution.
They get to destroy the environment, make a bunch of money, and have no regulations. And the benefit is, like, some people are going to work on these oil rigs, are going to make some money. So it's all going to bounce out in the end.
Yep.
Thank God. Thank fucking God.
Praise Jesus.
Praise America.
For example, if water for hydraulic fracturing is priced too low, it will
Yeah.
be wasted. However, if fracturing companies have to supply their own water or buy it in the marketplace from farmers, municipalities, or even government agencies at market prices, it will reflect water scarcity and encourage water conservation.
Oh, come now.
Well
We know it's
drillers
not going to
are
happen.
already
They're going to get a
finding ways to-
sweetheart deal from the government or whoever. Or they're already going to own the water rights. They're not going to be paying some market rate. This guy's acting like the free market really exists in the way he's describing it. These companies always get the best deals. They have billions upon billions of dollars and teams of lobbyists and lawyers and everyone to scrutinize everything to make sure the regulations or laws are written exactly how they want. This is a joke. This is not true at all.
Reduce water use by recycling fracturing fluids or by using other fluids and gases, such as propane gel or compressed air to fracture the rock. Rather than regulate hydraulic fracturing, government should clarify water rights, which are necessary for any market, and reduce the cost of trading. Water use concerns and
So basically, these are the actual concerns these companies want. Like, these are the things the government should really be dealing with, our priorities.
So wait, the government should just step in and artificially take control of water rights so that fracking people can get a good deal on water?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck you! Fuck you! What the? This is a fucking joke, by God. This is a fucking joke.
hydraulic fracturing can be addressed by water markets. But water markets don't necessarily deal with problems of water contamination.
This is how the world ends right here.
Yeah.
with little fun animations of like, here's a bunch of lies. Enjoy. America like, fracking's good. We gonna make money. We gonna make some money, man. We gonna get them oil jobs. I vote for fracking.
Frickin'.
I'm gonna drive a truck filled with that fucking frack juice. What's it called, Scotty?
Frack juice.
What do you mean?
Frack juice.
Where's that frack juice?
Or induced seismic activity. In part 3, we'll cover property rights and how they can be used to hold producers accountable, minimize risky behavior,
Fucking
and encourage
A.
thoughtful risk assessment.
Fuck yeah. Encourage it. Don't fucking mandate thoughtful risk assessment. Just encourage it.
The same bullshit political line. We're going to encourage people to do this thing. It's like, you encourage them. What does that even fucking mean? No one's going to be encouraged to do it. They're going to start some bullshit program and no one's going to participate in it or no one's qualified to use.
We're going to pull the bankers of the world aside and we're going to be like, listen, guys, we're not going to pass any new laws or regulations or anything, but if you could stop those predatory lending practices that led to the destruction of our economy, that'd be great. Yeah. And we patted them, we clapped them on the back, and we walked away, and they assured us they were not going to do anything wrong again. We encouraged them strongly. We told them, we're not going to bail you guys out again next time. Just joking, we will. You lovable little scamps.
All right, everyone. I think it's about time that we sign off of YouTube.
Thumbs up this shit.
Thanks again for everyone that supported us today and helped us get our channel back. In
Hashtag
a swift
frack
manner.
juice. Frack juice. Hashtag frack juice.
If you're coming to the meetup, RSVP to it. If you do want to donate to the Legal Defense Fund, there's the link in the description.
It's in the description. And if you want to RSVP to Columbus shit, all that shit's down there. Bunch of shit in the description.
Lots of links.
Check out the description, you stupid fucks. There's stuff there.
All right.
Do it.
In the post show.
See you in the post show, fuckers.
Good night.
Good night. And good fuck.